disaster loans to offset economic losses caused by severe storms, flooding, and landslides that occurred between June 23rd and August 5th of last year. To apply online, visit sba.gov/disaster. The Heroes Hiring Heroes employment event will be on Wednesday, April 22nd at the American Legion Post 28 in Roswell, 1620 North Montana Avenue, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring your resume, dress to impress, and be prepared to speak with employers about your skills. If you're an employer who would like to attend, visit dws.state.nm.us/heroes hiring heroes.
If you have an item for Talktivities, email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com. That's calendar@pvbcradio.com.
The Great One, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
News Hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Iran threatens a stern response after the U.S. military seized a cargo ship accused of trying to skirt the American blockade of Iranian ports.
The U.S. Navy's forcible seizure of an Iranian-flagged cargo ship has thrown into doubt an announcement from President Donald Trump that U.S. negotiators will head to Pakistan on Monday for another round of talks with Iran. Trump's announcement on Sunday had raised hopes of extending a fragile ceasefire, while Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson adds Tehran does not have plans yet to attend any talks with the U.S. Trump had said the cargo ship had been stopped by blowing a hole in the engine room and that U.S. Marines had custody of the vessel, named Tuska, and were seeing what's on board. Iran's Joint Military Command says Tehran will respond soon. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
They were just kids, the oldest 14. 8 youngsters shot and killed by a gunman in Shreveport, Louisiana. Police say the shooter was the father of 7 of the children.
Right now, we have at least 10 individuals that were struck by gunfire last night in a domestic disturbance. 8 of these individuals are deceased. The ranges of the decedents are from 1 year of age to approximately 14 years of age. All of the deceased in this case are juvenile.
Shreveport police spokesman Christopher Bordelin says a gunman who was also shot and injured 2 women was shot dead by police following a vehicle chase. Small tsunamis been reported along the northern Japan coast following a powerful earthquake overnight. So far, though, no reports of any injuries or any serious damage. On Wall Street, ahead of this morning's opening bell, stock futures are lower. The Dow futures are down about 217 points. NASDAQ futures off 95. The S&P futures 28 points in the red. Townhall.com.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-555-2085, 800-555-2085, or biglou.com.
Bulgaria's center-left coalition, led by ex-President Rumen Radev, has won the parliamentary election, according to the country's Central Electoral Commission.
Mr. Radev, a 62-year-old former jet fighter pilot, also served as commander-in-chief of the Bulgarian Air Force. He was president of Bulgaria from 2017 till January this year and stepped down to build his new Progressive Bulgaria movement. While he has criticized the Russian invasion and supports the expansion of Bulgarian arms production, he opposes both EU sanctions on Russia and Bulgarian military exports to Ukraine.
The BBC's Nick Thorpe. The U.S. Coast Guard says an overturned ship found near the U.S. territory of Saipan after a typhoon hit is the vessel it went missing with 6 people on board. Coast Guard says it's searching for the missing people. News and analysis, townhall.com. Virginians head to the polls tomorrow, an unusual April referendum in which a single-state ballot question on redistricting congressional seats will have a nationwide impact.
The question asks if state lawmakers may draw new congressional districts this year to, quote, restore fairness. But it does not explain that the yes vote would change Virginia's districts from 6 Democrats and 5 Republicans to 10 Democrats and only 1 Republican for the next 3 federal elections. Flipping that many seats would also help Democrats take the U.S. House in November. Anne Marie Morgan reporting.
Today they are reenacting the midnight ride of Fall Revere, but this ride is taking place in the daylight, and horse and rider will have a police escort, something the master craftsman and artisan from Boston certainly did not have, commemorating the 251st anniversary of a crucial moment in the early days of the American Revolution. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
Morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy, oh boy, it's a Monday. Happy Monday, everybody.
Yeah, it is one of those. For show.
Good morning. I hope all of you are having a lovely day. But we computers. So just kind of anyway, we our IT folks, they do their the computer maintenance on our computers over the weekend, and they do updates and things. Well, anytime that happens, sometimes software stops liking each other once they do updates on things, and
they stop communicating with each other.
Yeah. And so, like, I came in this morning on my computer, and things appeared to be working, but then I tried to do things to access things, and it won't let me in. And so, the last half hour, they've been trying to do, and I've literally been on the fly trying to get my show ready, which I'm kind of not fully up yet, even on the computer, because they literally, as the music was playing, they're getting out of my computer while I'm trying to get things up.
That's the problem with our system. There's a lot of people that have access to and can get fingers into. And especially with, like update weekends, when our tech guy, he, has to restart everything.
Yeah.
They forget that, in these updates, they make you change passwords, and we don't get updated on any of those things. And so we are literally the bottom of the hill.
And then pull back the curtain right as this was going down. Apparently the computer in Artesia also had an issue. Right. And so our IT guy's literally trying to stomp out my fire, and is getting another fire flaring up over here. So happy Monday, everybody.
That's right. I have a theory that Windows is taking 420 off.
You know what? I feel like
Windows and the Linux Penguin are going to go off and smoke a doobage.
I would say the squirrels are they left the wheel and are they're hanging out in the park today. So yeah,
there you go. The gerbils blitzed off in the corner, just trying to sleep it off.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. There's 420s today too.
That's
Happy
right.
420. Everybody.
That's right.
So,
'tis the season.
But so that's been our morning. We're dealing with computers and dealing with that.
It is very much a Monday.
So I think everything's working on our end. We're gonna get her going. going at least.
Yeah, we'll make it through.
Yeah.
How was your weekend? How was Josh Blue?
Good. It was good. I went up to Santa Fe. Josh Blue, stand-up comic.
Was it that bad? Josh Blue.
His last name is B-L-U-E, not
Yes.
B-L-E-W.
Right.
But we ran into him like 3 or 4 times before the show.
Really?
I'm serious.
That's awesome.
We were so like the first time, it was, I don't know, about 3:30, 4 o'clock. We had gotten into our room and got settled, and we were gonna eat a little something. So we went down to one of the restaurants there, and we were in. Kim and I are sitting there eating, and I'm sitting there eating, and all of a sudden I see him in the corner. There's a guy eating by himself over there, and he's kind of. And I go, that's Josh Blue.
And he was just by himself? He didn't have like an entourage?
He was eating a little something. He was by himself there.
Okay.
All,
was he like, did he have like you said he had a hoodie on. Was he like trying to be incognito?
Well, he wasn't, he didn't look like he was trying to be,
approach.
Yeah, he was a guy wearing a hoodie with the hood on in the corner, kind of by himself.
It might not even have been him. It might just been some guy.
No, it was him.
There's certain characteristics that you don't
Well,
mistake.
Kim went up to him.
Of course. I'm wearing a hoodie in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't want to be approached.
So Kim went up to him because she was sitting there. I was like, no, leave him alone. Man's eating.
Yeah.
But she's like, I won't buy it. So she went up there, and she goes, "Are you Josh?" And Josh says, I don't know, might be. And then she kind of said, "Oh, I'm a fan." And she said, "Oh, well, thank you for coming." And that was about it. And anyway, then she left.
Right.
But right after that, the opening act rolled up, and they met. And you could tell they were meeting for the first time. Hey, man, I didn't see you in a minute. Kind of. And then I think the local act, who was the host, we saw them meeting for the first time at the restaurant.
And that's always I've had that meetup. I've actually for a quick second I was the guy who had to like go pick the comic when they did comics at the Crown Royal. I had to go pick the comics up and bring them to the Royal Crown.
Right.
Sorry. And that's just the most awkward thing in the world. Because you're generally funny people,
right?
But you're trying not to be like performing,
right?
So you're kind of like actively trying to be unfunny,
right? And then, it was about an hour for the show, give or take. Kim and I said, well, let's go downstairs. We'll gamble a little bit, whatever, and then go get in line for the show to get in and all that. So we go to our room. We go get in the elevator. Sure enough, open the doors. One guy in there. It's Josh Blue. We walk in.
He looks up. He goes,
and he literally's got the same hoodie on and everything. And he's sitting there and he goes, and he looks, and then he goes, and I go, hi, and hey, and it's like, oh, we're heading to your show. He goes, oh yeah, I remember you guys. I was like, oh great.
Wow, that's.
And then we got out of the elevator and he met his group of people that were out there in the lobby. But yeah, so it was twice I ran into him.
Incredible. You guys got like the meet and the greet.
Yeah. Just have somebody that ran into him
At
twice.
any point in time, did you guys say, hey, let's get a picture or?
No, didn't want to be that guy. Yeah. Well, the dinner thing, certainly.
Okay.
And the elevator.
That's fair.
Yeah. And in the elevator, it just wasn't
But
right.
no, see, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, you see him once at dinner.
Yeah.
You largely leave him alone, so you're gifted the elevator ride. That's fate deciding you deserve an extra chance.
Oh, well.
Man.
I just tried to be a human being and not
That's
give
fair.
the guy
That's
a
fair.
heart.
In fairness, I would have been that guy. I would have been like, "Can I have your autograph? Can you please use your strong hand?"
Yeah.
So a couple encounters. It didn't come up in the show, right? He didn't like use you guys as material.
No.
Not yet.
No, we'll be in another
He'll work
show.
it in later.
I mean, he kind of did, but it was a generalized how he gets recognized thing, and it was very similar to the scenario that Kim said. Like, are you that guy? I might be. Is that very much the... Or it's, you're the then he gets into his handicap stuff and all that so I don't want to repeat it because I don't feel like I can.
Sure. Yeah. It's ableist. How was the show itself?
It was good. It was funny. It was his opening act. I didn't know him, but he was good. He was a little manic. Like he's a lot of taking it. But
Sure.
I know he was all right. Even the opening guy was decent enough, you could always tell the you know what I mean? The opening guy, good, but you could tell he's just not as smooth with the transitions and stuff. And then the opening act guy, you're like, oh, he's been doing this a minute. You know what I mean? You can just kind of tell.
Yeah. Especially when you get like the openers, like the road comics that do it just basically, night after night. It just becomes like, I'm just going to go up, say my thing, be done.
Yeah, it's an automatic pilot mode. It's pretty much, I get, he's got to do his 20 minutes or whatever it is, and boom. So, we got to get the show going, but it was a good show. Good stuff. How was your weekend?
All in all, great. It was, didn't really do a whole lot except for the golf tournaments.
Yeah, that's right. That was this weekend. How'd the weather do?
The weather was beautiful.
It was a little chilly up there.
It was a little cool, but nothing a hoodie wouldn't fix. And, it was great. But having a remote that early, it just throws your whole day off.
And then they give you beer.
I get off. I avoided imbibing this time.
Yeah.
Because last time if you have one, you just feel like garbage.
Yeah.
You get heavy and sweaty, and I need at least 3 to get a base so I don't get a hangover.
Right.
But one will mess you up. So I avoided it this year.
Right. Well, good.
But yeah, you get off. It's 11 o'clock. You're like, now what am I going to do with my hands for 6 hours before? It was also WrestleMania weekend, so it was a whole lot of holding up in my house and watching wrestling.
So was the crew over?
No, they went there kind of different places this time. My buddy Ram's actually up in Albuquerque because tonight he's going to see the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, wow.
Alongside a JCW, which is their Juggalo Championship Wrestling. They're going to be doing a show up there, too.
Okay.
So.
This is like the old 90s Rockin' Jocks kind of, remember all those?
It's so the old 90s that the guy who books for JCW is a dude named Vince Russo, who's largely in the wrestling community known as like the guy who destroyed WCW.
Wow.
Because he's a terrible booker.
Well, I'm glad he found a home with
the Juggalos.
Oh, man. All right, let me give you the rundown.
Yes.
Went from Josh Blue to the Insane Clown
Blue to
Posse.
Juggalos.
Quite a.
You never know what to expect with this show. It's like it's a box of chocolates.
There you go. You never know what you're going to get. Which that movie was on this weekend, and I saw a chunk of it when I was flipping channels. Sure enough, Forrest Gump. Where's the hotel? There's Forrest Gump. So anyway, we're going to replay our interview with Bill Williams. He joined us on Friday with Michael Briscoe, the warden over at the detention center as well too. So we'll play that interview in just a few moments here. Don Weld with the Alzheimer's Association will give us an update in the 8 o'clock hour. He'll join us and talk about their walk and give us an update there. And then folks from the Roswell Refuge will join us in the 9 o'clock hour. They've got the Sane Dance, I think. Is that this weekend? I think it's this weekend. Or was it last weekend? I think it's this weekend. I think it's my birthday weekend, 25th.
Yeah.
I believe it is. And then we'll also, I know they got a drawing for Father's Day with a grill and everything. So they got a bunch of stuff at the Refuge going on right now. So we'll chit-chat with them. And then we'll do all the newses and stuff. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see what works around here. I got to be honest, nothing is a guarantee today. So if we're just on the radio, call that a win. All right, it is 7:17. We're going to pause for weather, a quick break, and then on the other side, we're going to play our interview with Bill Williams. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a little low pressure system off to our east, and that might bring us a shower or two today. We'll get some cloud cover, a little bit of sunshine, and we're in the low 70s. Overnight, maybe a few lingering showers. It'll be cloudy and dropping to 50 on the low. Mostly sunny on Tuesday. An afternoon shower could pop up. We'll be in the mid-80s, going up to 90 Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Artesia General Hospital presents seasonal reminders for a healthier spring. With new growth all around us, spring is the perfect time to refresh your health. Start with the air you breathe. Replace home air filters and reduce allergens indoors. Step outside and move your body daily. Even a short walk can improve mood and heart health. Add colorful fruits and vegetables to your meals for natural energy and immune support. And don't put off preventive care. A simple checkup today can make a big difference tomorrow. Make this spring your healthiest yet. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to take care of you and your family.
92.9 The Brand and the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network is set to provide bumper-to-bumper coverage of the first round of the 2026 NFL Draft. Pre-draft talk-up begins at 6 p.m., including the latest trade news and projections.
With the 12th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama.
92.9 The Brand will feature secret audio of Jerry Jones' first phone conversation with the Cowboys' first-round draft picks and the first radio interviews. The 2026 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, Thursday, April 23rd from 5 to 10 p.m.
From Glenn's Furniture. After a long day, the world finally slows down. Sink into a power recliner that knows exactly what you need. Smooth, effortless motion. Plush support that melts away the stress in a moment that is just yours. Because you've earned more than just a seat. You've earned a place to unwind. You deserve to come home to comfort. Come down to Glenn's on Union in Alameda, where we've been providing comfort and free delivery since 1953.
Hey, take me out of my old trade. Take me out of my ride.
Hey, Roswell, spring out of your old car, truck, or SUV today and hop into a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle with massive savings during the Spring Out Sales event at Roswell Ford. Are you still making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? Your friends at Roswell Ford need your trade today, so we're willing to overpay even if you owe up to $10,000 more than your trade is worth. We'll do whatever it takes to help you escape so you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Interest accrues from date of sale with approved credit. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A nice run shaping up for today. We expect to sell 1,250 head. Break it down like this: 100, 125 weight cows and bulls, 75 to 100 pairs of bred cows, 1,150 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 20 cow-calf pairs, mostly black white-face, red white-face English crossbred cows with black calves, pairs 2 to 9 years old, 20 bred cows, extra quality black white-face, red white-face English crossbreds, bred to Angus and Charolais bulls, 4 to 9 years old, 15 bred cows, excellent quality black white-face and Charolais crossbreds, bred to Angus and Charolais, 2 to 5 years old. 66 yearling steers from Mr. Derek Jenkins, Seminole, Texas. Excellent quality black white-face, red white-face, and white-face steers weaned in November. 2 rounds of shots, good flesh off short wheat, 700, 850 pounds. The Gresham Ranch, Portales, New Mexico, 190 steers, 102 heifers. Good to excellent quality black white-face, red crossbred steers and heifers, weaned 60 to 90 days, 2 rounds of shots, 500, 700 pounds, to include 1 load lot near 600 pounds of steers and 1 load lot of steers near 700 pounds. Let's see here. Gents Cattle Company right here at Roswell, 77 calves, excellent quality black Angus calves, cattle weaned 60 days, 2 rounds of shots, thin to medium condition. They are bunk broke, 400, 550 pounds. Chillicote Ranch, Marfa, Texas, 79 calves and light yearlings, excellent quality, 90% black white-face Angus crossbreds, cattle weaned 60 plus days, thin condition, right off grass, 450, 650 pounds. And H&H Cattle Company at Seminole, Texas, 60 calves, excellent quality black white-face Angus crossbred calves, cattle weaned 60 days, 1 round of shots, thin condition, right off grass, 400, 600 pounds. Sale time this morning will be at 9 a.m. Pairs of bred cows, 9:30. Be selling calves and yearlings around 10:15. Very light on weight cows and bulls. Be on pairs, bred cows, calves, and yearlings pretty quick. We expect to sell 1,250 head today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Now you have a reason to invite Pitbull to your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
Bill Williams back with us.
Good morning.
With guest
yes,
this morning.
I found this hobo out.
This guy was stumbling around out here.
I wasn't sleeping in a car. I was just trying to exit the building.
But, of course, Michael Briscoe putting his warden hat on back with us here this morning.
I didn't want to miss the opportunity for Mr. Briscoe to talk about Corrections Officer Week and all the things that they're doing to recognize the good job that all of our corrections officers do for our county and others across
First thing
the state,
first
but
is
certainly our county.
We're going to do a switcheroo day, and the county commissioners are going to put on guard uniforms, and then the guards are going to be commissioners for a day. That's part of the week.
As it turns out, last month the county commission went to the jail for our annual visit. We didn't eat this year, but we walked through and we made.
I always want to know if they want to eat because
we made them open doors and all that stuff. So we've all been at the jail. I wouldn't say that we had any authority, and thank goodness for that, because we wouldn't know what we're doing. But yeah, we walked through the jail. Everything looks real good. We saw some painting and stuff like that. We'd like to see kind of done.
Sure.
Minor upkeep,
cosmetic,
stuff. A few years ago. No offense to anybody at the jail now, but we had one corrections officer who was especially engaged in keeping the place spotless and clean.
You had a neat freak on staff.
Yeah, he was really good, Officer Lane, and he put a crew together, and he would go around and he kept every door. Every time you push a food cart through the door and bump it, after a few days you've got a scratch there.
Was he in the military, Lane?
I don't know him.
I'm not sure if he was. He acted like he could. I mean,
because he sounds like one of those guys that's on the floor polishing brass with the toothbrush kind of thing. That's a military.
He had the look, and he could very well have been, and I'm not sure. And he still works here in town. He even though he retired from the county, he continues to work.
I bet his job office is nice and clean there too.
But he had a team, and I mean, they kept all those little fine details done, and it has improved considerably since Mr. Briscoe got there, but there's still a few places we want to see him clean up. But as we were walking through, I personally don't like to just be herded a certain direction. I said, "What's behind that door? Let's look." And they do a good job with taking care of the jail.
Sure.
The corrections officer do a wonderful job. The place is clean and neat.
Absolutely.
The temperature's good. The detainees were all seemingly happy, and we actually didn't hit it during the meal time this time.
Yeah.
Often when it's meal time and nobody even looks up,
Sure.
they're
it's probably a time thing, and they get they get in, get out, quit goofing around, and get your move. The more time they have to goof around, that's when you see the things on Oz and all the shows you watch on TV.
But I was hoping you'd tell them about Corrections Officer Week and all the great stuff your staff does and why we want to honor them.
Absolutely.
So, Correction Officer Week goes way back to the 80s that the president initiated. And really what it's for is it's designed to give thanks to, basically like we were talking earlier, the underdogs of law enforcement. And it's not only a time for our correction officers, but it's time for their families too. So we incorporate their families in.
Well, it's like military or police or law enforcement. If you have a CO, the families it's a part of that too. It's no different. Yeah.
The families of my correction officers is just as vital to our institution as they are.
Sure.
Because the more they can support that correction officer, the better home life he's going to have. The more engaged when he gets to work, and the better mindset he's going to be in. Which at all levels, it makes it better for everyone, including the inmates too.
Absolutely. Know? And let's face it, we want to make sure that we retain these folks too. We want them to have 20 plus year careers here and retire with us here. And so weeks like this are important for that, because like you said, we appreciate these folks day in and day out, but to give a special spotlight on these folks and to say, hey, thank you for being that, what you are and keeping us safe and to be honest, providing a future, because these same individuals, yes, they're there to protect and make sure everything's safe, but how many of these folks have impacted the lives of people that resided there and then now are going on to do better things because of some conversations they had with some of your COs and things. And, like we were talking about earlier,
exactly.
They're part of their lives.
A correction officer is not just there to slam the door. Yeah. A correction officer is there to be a mentor. He's there to be a savior. He's there to be, an EMT, a mental health provider. He has every role in a split second.
Sure. Absolutely.
So the job they do, it's a tremendous job. And a lot of people don't realize what goes into their profession. So for Correction Officer Week, what we do is we do something every day for a whole week. For them. So we do meals, we do gifts, we do just thank yous.
Just kind of shower them up
exactly,
that week. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's for everybody.
Nice.
It's from the rookie cadet all the way up to the major, and everyone in between. So we want to do it as big as possible. And, I'm proud to say that the last few years we've done it big.
Good.
We've every officer gets a prize. We do a family day, and every officer gets a prize. We're talking up to $20,000 worth of gifts that we handed out.
That's pretty good.
Their auxiliary has done an exceptional job of reaching
Raising
out to the
money
community
and
and getting either
gifts
or
so this is really
gift cards or restaurant.
The community's made this happen. Yeah.
No taxpayer money at all is spent on it.
Well, I appreciate the community stepping up to help and donating and help out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's
seeing
another,
the need here.
Yes.
Seeing the
there's another little
recognizing
thing
it.
I want to brag on. You can't have an event and everybody leave the jail. Obviously, that's not going to work.
That is a slight problem to the logistics of things.
Mr. Briscoe and his senior staff, his lieutenants, the major, they make sure that everyone at that jail gets a chance to interact with their family
design the
at
shifts
this event.
and stuff, yeah.
So whoever's on shift at the jail, once we get the Corrections Officer Appreciation Day kicked off, these guys leave and they go out and they run the jail. They take those posts so that those, like say, the rookie officers or whoever is on
You're
on
out there
staff,
serving the meals or doing whatever needs to be doing that particular day. Yeah,
party and be appreciated.
That's great.
And I think that shows a lot about leadership, and that's the leading by example. And you being in the military, I'm sure you've seen it both ways, where you have them that lead by example and those that are not good leaders.
And we work as administration. We work for RCOs. RCOs don't work for us.
Well, and anytime like I said, military and anything like that, you respect that. Kind of, we were talking a little about earlier, but a good leader in these types of situations, most of them, if they'll do it yourself. It's like whatever it is, clean that latrine. I'm not going. I'm going to do it. You better do it too. How. Yeah, exactly. That's how you earn respect in those circles. Military, fire, EMS. I'm sure it's exactly the same way.
But Correctional Officer Week is not about the administration. It's about the boots on the ground. It's about our correctional officers and supporting them and giving them the support they need to actually continue doing the job.
And let's face it, some of these men and women are going to be you in a couple of years. Yeah. They're going to be the warden. Mm-hmm. They're going to be the ones. Right. They're going to be your shift supervisors. They're going to be the ones that are running the show. When you guys say, "Hey, I'm hanging it up here," but
and when they do, I hope they support their staff the same as they're getting
leading it by example.
Exactly.
It's setting the seed. You're that's the part of your job that you are setting the seed for the next one, because ideally you're kind of thinking, well, one of these guys are going to be my replacement at some point or another.
Right.
And that's
right.
And if they're you do the good job, and you think, well, if I can emulate Michael Briscoe, then guess what? Then I must be doing something right, kind of thing. Yeah. So that's absolutely, and like you said, with the family thing, and it's getting the families get to be a part of this. So what week is that? Next week? When is
It's the first week of May.
Okay.
So our family day events that Friday, which is the 8th, I believe.
Okay.
I think it's May the 8th.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually the day of the big event. But every day we'll be doing something for every shift. So it's not just for day shift. It's every day we're going to do something for days and nights.
Gotcha.
Whether it be meals, treats, prizes.
So even those guys that come in at midnight, they're going to have a little something waiting for them too.
Administration will be there handing stuff out.
Ooh, who drew the short straw for those shifts?
No, we work for those officers.
Be like, I can get my lieutenant to cover that shift.
Well, we had a pretty light agenda this month too. We did last month too. Last month was almost tumbleweeds. It seemed like
this is kind of where your departments and everything are really finalizing their budgets, kind of putting their proposals together to present to the commission.
A lot is going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We're all preparing for budget. We're doing our infrastructure plan, our budget, our asset management. We have to inventory every item that's logged at the county. All these things are going on certain times of year. And right now, fortunately, the agendas are not real pressing because we're so busy elsewhere. We're also doing the road hearings.
Sure.
And there's
there it is. There's the 40 cents I was talking about.
Into that. But we started off with some proclamations yesterday. We did the annual character counts, and Amy Tejas came and accepted that on behalf of them. And
this is their counts month and week, and they do all the honoring the teachers and honoring the badge. And
you know, it's really a great organization, and we're really proud to provide a proclamation for that every year. That's simple and again, kind of like the corrections officer, it's an easy way to show appreciation.
Sure.
We also did a proclamation for Correction Officers Week and made sure that we recognized them. And when I wrote that proclamation a couple of years ago, I always researched, you know, to find out what to put in a proclamation, get all the background. Well, that's when I found Ronald Reagan did this the first time in 1984 and talked about how corrections officers are the de facto behavioral health, you know, mentor, you know, all these different things.
Line in the sand, really. Yeah.
And so that made it pretty easy to write that proclamation because I did a few opening lines and said, but I couldn't say it better than Ronald Reagan did. And then you read Ronald Reagan, then you say, therefore, the county agrees, you know, ditto.
Well, the only rule is you need to read it as Ronald in the meeting. Well,
I was telling Nancy. So, and I'm sorry, but we probably just made a bunch of the younger folks that follow you on the radio say, what are they talking about?
They don't get the joke.
You know, not a lot of us that remember Ronald
Reagan
Reagan
machine
anymore.
And look it up. They'll tell you.
Yeah, your Google machine. I like it. And then let's see, we had a proclamation for motorcycle awareness, motorcycle safety.
Sure.
We do that annually.
It's not them sitting out going, yep, there's one.
There's a group of people that request that we remind people every year to
as
watch
the weather,
out for motorcycles.
Well, and as the weather gets nicer, you know, and let's face it, we got a beautiful, you know, the mountains and everything. This is prime, you know, biker country, man. If you're a bike lover, this is some great country to do that riding in. That being said, the traffic's increasing at the weather, and you know as well as I do, everybody on a bike from Texas is going to Ruidoso, and it's all over the place.
Well,
and they weave in and out, and you got to, you know, bikers need to be responsible, but we, the public, need to also look out for them, too. That's the rub. You know, bikers shouldn't be weaving out doing the things they do to make drivers nervous, but at the same time, give that bike the same spacing and respect as you would a car, an 18-wheeler, or any other vehicle out
Right, and be considerate of the fact, you know, the way a motorcycle works versus the way a car works, they might hit an oily patch, and you might need to give them a few extra feet just to be sure.
Absolutely.
You know, because they're not always horsing around, you know. They're just like people in vehicles. You see people in pickups and stuff. You said someone just crashed through your fence this week.
Just because cars are idiots too. But,
you know, but certainly we have a lot of need to watch out for our neighbors, and it's just being a good neighbor, I think.
And that being said, too, I know that New Mexico, they don't have but you know, if you're on a motorcycle, wear a helmet, man. I mean, come on. This is smart.
Yeah.
I know that the law you're allowed to not wear one here, but I guarantee if you go down hard on that bike, you have zero chance without the helmet. At least you got a shot with the helmet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No, anyway, that was my 2 cents on that one.
I agree, and I'm one of those. I haven't ridden a motorcycle in 25 years probably, but I was one of those people that I don't really want to wear the helmet. I want to just go fly. And of course, you know, I used to race cars and do all that stuff on the track.
Sure.
I never raced off the track, of course,
but yeah,
you know, you want to do things differently, but it's wise to.
We all did dumb stuff. I know half of us are like, how did I live to be 30 sometimes? You know,
exactly. Yeah,
and then you get 40, 50, and you're like, what am I?
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot. Don't be like me.
Yeah, my elbow's hurting today.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Yep.
We had one other proclamation that was a real honor to do, and that was for Madison Dixon. She passed away towards the end of last year. She was in a horrible traffic accident over in Texas, and but we recognized her because she was an organ donor. The organs from an organ donor, the eyes, the tissue, all that stuff. So she was able,
it went directly to some life saving that night and day. Yeah.
Approximately 70, 75 people
That's amazing.
It's
amazing. This is a tragedy,
but
I would never have thought that many people could benefit from one tragedy. Like that's actually a blessing.
And her family asked that we align that recognition of her donation with Donation Week.
I hope that's oddly healing for her family.
Yeah,
the thought that
it was a wonderful turnout.
70 people are going to live on through your daughter.
Yeah, it was a wonderful turnout.
It's a nice tribute.
Commissioner Perry, of course, was a personal friend of hers, and so he read the proclamation. it was touching. So anyway, we were glad to see that, and glad to honor one of our local people in a tragedy, but she lives on through the
that is a
she
huge
did.
tragedy. But man, I mean, if you're going to put a happy ending on it, I feel like that's about the best outcome you can have, because as a parent, that would comfort me knowing that my daughter's spirit living on in the lives of 70 other people. That's
cool.
That helps me.
It's
that
the
would
greatest
be
gift you can give somebody.
that's it. That's a healing moment. That's how you get through that.
So we started off, like say, on a high note. I mean, sure, it was touching, but it was nice to be able to recognize and honor her and the other proclamations we had. We had 2 public hearings yesterday. The first one was to update our building code ordinance number 60 is what it is. So mostly some minor changes, identifying the fire protection portion that wasn't specified in there, some other language changes, nothing controversial or monumental or anything. It went right through.
Minutia that has to be done.
Yeah, some minor changes to the fee structure, of course. So that went pretty easy. And as a public hearing, people have the opportunity to speak for or against the changes. And of course, there was no one that said anything. The second one, and we've talked about this many times over the years, is the annual road hearing. It's the opportunity for the public to come in and say, I think it's a good idea, or I think it's a bad idea to do what the public has requested on this particular road.
Make that road either for the county to take it over or the county to abandon that road.
And I believe there's only 4 roads this year.
Okay.
We have, as we've talked before, we've got, of course, private roads in the county. We've got non-county maintained roads. We've got county maintained roads. And then, of course, there's state roads and federal roads and all that throughout our county. But during road hearing time, people have the opportunity to say, I would like you to vacate this road. This road only goes to my house. And
Correct.
I don't
Doesn't
think the
serve
county
the
should be
community,
maintaining it. And I don't like people driving up and down it. And so the first thing we do is once the applications are taken is we put together a board of freeholders. We have 3 people that are not associated with the roads in any way, and they go out and look at the roads and the request. So if someone says, I would like to vacate this road, they look at it and say, but this takes care of 15 houses.
Right.
We can't do that. Or
Right.
this is the only access to public lands, or this is a farm to market road. There are several criteria.
See the big picture here and determine is it truly
say
the case? Yeah.
Yes or no to move forward with that. The others are someone has a private road and they would like it to be a county maintained road.
Sure.
So they go and look at it and say, yes, I could see this would be beneficial.
Look, our whole neighborhood benefits from this, or our whole community does.
Right.
Yeah, it's not just me.
But we also have to stipulate, but the people that are bringing the road forward have to bring it up to county standards.
Right.
We won't take a 2-track road winding in and out between mesquites and through the salt
this ain't a
cedars.
chance to get your road fixed. It's like, I got this pothole dirt. No. You got to bring it up to county standards.
You've got to have some ownership in the process.
Once it's up to county standards, you take it over.
So if it's a private road, they actually have to deed the right-of-way to get a 60-foot wide road in there.
Gotcha.
And we've realized that the general public is not in the road business. So they're not going to know how to build a superhighway or anything, but we want some semblance of a road.
Sure.
Someone's got to go through there and blade it, put some bar ditches in it, a little crown on the road, the appropriate topping on the road. And if it's 50 miles out in the middle of nowhere, an appropriate topping on that road might be a caliche finish.
Sure.
But if it's a close-in road, it probably needs to have base course because it's in a neighborhood and used more.
Something that has more, to contain heavier traffic.
The other thing, too, is when the county takes over a road, generally, if it's near town, we don't need the road graders coming from 50 miles outside of town where they're blading, dozens of roads that are 40 miles long to come into town to blade a quarter-mile strip. And we have a few of those, but not very many. Over the last several years, we've gone to great lengths to make sure that those roads are paved. So if someone in town has a quarter-mile long road and they bring it up to county standards, chances are pretty darn good within the next 2 years we're going to chip seal that road because it's a better use of our resources to keep that blade out in the county doing those big miles of road because it's awfully hard to keep up out there, and especially if they have to drive that thing all the way to town.
And the cost involved in that. Sure, absolutely.
Just for
time and fuel
and quarter-mile road can take them an hour.
Yeah.
And then they've got to go back.
Sure. Makes sense.
So we try to do that. The other
Work
thing
smarter, not harder.
is we also have non-county maintained roads that the county has the right of way, but they are not maintaining them. And often that comes through a plat. the alleys and streets are dedicated to the use and the benefit of the public.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'll say that whoever's developing that subdivision has to bring the roads up to standards. Other times they will accept them as is, but we won't take over the maintenance of them until such time as they're brought up to county standards.
Gotcha.
That's why we have non-county maintained roads. So we already have the right-of-way, but we're not going in there maintaining them on a regular basis. But if the neighbors come forward and say, hey, this neighborhood has, this subdivision is filled up now, and we've got 20 families out here, but no one maintains the road, then we go back and say, okay, the person who subdivided it didn't bring it up to standards. If you guys bring it up to standards, you don't have to give us any property because we have already got the property. Bring it up to those general county standards, and the county will take it over.
Cover.
So those are the things that we do during the county road hearings.
And then, like you said, some years it's pretty garden variety, and other years it gets a little exciting. So.
Yeah,
just depending on which roads it is.
I believe Alex has 4 roads. They're all pretty simple, straightforward. Don't expect anything. The commissioners are planning to go out on the 22nd. The commissioners themselves,
they hit every road.
They go to every road. And like I say, this year it'll only be 4.
That's when you find out how big Chaves County really is. You get out that Boot Heel area, it's like, we're still in Chaves County.
One year when we were doing the road hearings, we had a road all the way by the rest area by Mesa, way out there. We had 4 or 5 over on the Cap Rock up on the top there, where all the windmills are now. We had some down in the Boot Heel, and we had several throughout the main portion of the.
So they got some frequent flyer miles that week that day.
I don't remember how many miles it was we traveled that day, but it was in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Just to get to all those roads, but we made it. So anyway, we kind of look forward to doing that every year. Once the freeholders give their report, then we have this public hearing where the public can say what they need to say, and then the county commissioners, they don't just take everybody else's word. They go out and they physically look at each one of these roads, talk to the owners if they're there, or
get their own
neighbors.
perspectives on it. Yeah,
and then they'll come back next month and make the
official
decision. Yeah.
Yep.
And then if it's a road that we're taking over, they've got 6 months to bring it up to standards. So if they say, yeah, we'll take XYZ road, come back in December, and that's when they're going to say, we went out, we gave them adequate time to fix it up, and yes, they fixed it up. And
they
so
met the requirements.
Now it goes immediately on the roadmap. So we do that. We had some other basic stuff, intergovernmental agreement for change order on our public health department building there. We're working with the New Mexico Department of Health on the IT portion of the building. The building is nearly complete.
Okay.
If you haven't been there, it's the 1600 block of South Garden. It looks wonderful. It's really coming along. The Department of Health came and toured it the other day, and they're just blown away by how nice of a building they got. But the reason it's a nice building, the reason they see it works, is because we got with them when we first decided that was going to be a priority, and we received some funding. We brought them in and said, you tell us what you need for a new building.
Customize it to their needs.
We don't want to build a building and say, well, you're going to have to make this work. Because that's kind of the situation they're in now. The building that they're in no longer works.
That's not an improvement.
Efficiently, you know. And so we allowed them to help us design the building. And,
good deal.
And, of course, the IT portion of it, they have to keep their medical records straight and all that. So they have to control that. And so
I imagine there's some levels of security involved in that because of the personal information involved.
So we had an agreement with them that they would put in the IT portion of it. And so anyway, that was kind of what our agreement was. And the change order had to do with the stuff that the state's going to need on that.
Makes sense.
Again, some of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, I talked about the asset management of the county. So we inventory. Every item doesn't get inventoried, obviously. If it's consumable items, like welding rod, obviously you don't track that.
Right.
But the welder itself,
sure,
it has a number on it.
Yeah.
And every year we go in and make sure that welder's still there, or if it quit working, we need to put it up for auction, all that kind of thing.
You know where it's at, or where it's you can track it down and know where its whereabouts are.
The county has a great accountability process for the assets. And just in my portion of it for the detention center, it's almost overwhelming.
I can imagine
the stuff we keep accountability of.
Sure, yeah.
So
and
kudos to Chaves County for that.
And Lucia in the finance department, the whole finance department actually, but Lucia's in charge of it. She makes sure that we do it. She won't take no for an answer. She makes sure things get done. And she's also the one that does deletion of property and propose.
I'm very thankful we have those people that are attention to detail oriented people. I'm not one of them, and I appreciate them.
Not only that, but kudos to her because she has a great checks and balances too. So after I submit it saying, okay, here's everything that's counted for, she brings that list back and says, all right, well then show me this. Like she takes a percentage of everything we did.
She does an audit
and does an audit on it.
Okay,
it's a great checks and balances.
Nice.
to make sure.
And the other thing too is, well, this is broken. So do you want to get rid of it? Okay, here's the appropriate sheet to fill out. Make sure it's filled out properly, and I'll get it on this disposition.
That way
list,
we can get it off the inventory,
or even if it gets moved from office to office. Like, well, on here it says it's in your office, and now it's in his. We got to make that change.
Sure.
Like, yep. They do a really good job.
Sure.
Finance is awesome.
And that's why we have 11 Audit Excellence Awards in Chaves County. No audit findings again this year. I mean, they are an excellent department. All of our departments interact and work well together, but the finance department.
And this kind of goes back into that, like you always say, is you want to be good stewards of the taxpayer money. Right. And this is how we ensure that we're not wasting money on things or there's abuse going on.
Right.
Unfortunately, some people take supplies home from the office and things like that. And toilet paper, one thing, but when you start taking welders or start taking,
well, and that stuff can happen.
Yeah, that big
I'm
stuff.
sure we've all worked at a place where you saw somebody.
Absolutely.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah. And so to have a system that tracks that and finds those anomalies quickly
holds
good.
people accountable. The department head, if he's got major problems, it's on him.
Sure.
This guy might have been the one that carried something out the back
door. But if there's a rash of that, then it's on you to correct that
but
fix
that's
that.
why we do that. And that's why we find out, and it works really well. And I agree, it's a great system.
And to be honest, that probably hardly ever happens. I'm just saying, but this is why these things are in place, just to prevent those kinds of things.
But if there wasn't a checks and balance, it would probably happen more frequently. But since they've implemented
when the mice, the cat's away, the mice play. That's just life.
Yep, that's a fact.
Yeah.
We also adopted and updated our Chaves County ADA grievance policy, and we've already.
So if you have a grievance, how do
we already have an Americans with Disability Act grievance policy?
Okay.
For buildings or whatever, if
they don't meet these compliance deals.
Someone's having an issue getting in a building, they let us know, and we address that. We have that policy. But we didn't have it in our personnel policy. So if Michael Briscoe decides that he needs an accommodation because of a disability of some sort, and we're not addressing that, then this is the process we go through.
Got it.
And it mirrors the one for the public, but it was just one of those clerical things that we spelled out.
Sure.
It says, hey, we don't have this in policy, how to deal with it in-house, and so we do. And Joseph Kobos is our new safety guy. He's been there 2 years probably, or he's on his second,
sure.
I'd say. But he has really done a good job with the safety programs at the county.
And he kind of spotted the anomaly, and so we need to rectify it.
Yeah, and I was the ADA coordinator when we had a Department of Justice audit, and we had to fix a lot of things. And I was the ADA coordinator, and it's required by law that you designate who that coordinator is. After I changed jobs, Mac was the coordinator, and I'm not sure that Mac wasn't still the coordinator. So this also had us take a look at all of our documents and make sure that everything was up to date and, and compliant with what's required by the Department of Justice.
Makes sense.
So we've done that. We did an invitation to bid and bid tabulation on road materials and services. So the oil and the rock that we put on the chip sealed roads, every year we have to go out for bids, and we had 4 bidders, I think. And usually the way that works, it's not, okay, Dave gets the bid because he's the cheapest on everything, because there's a lot of variation in that. So the way it works usually is this particular commodity, Dave is the cheapest on. This particular commodity, Susan's the cheapest on. This particular commodity, Mike is the best on. And so we kind of divide it up based on who
so you
can
may use them all
that.
just
we may use
one slice of the service, basically.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's pretty much how it generally goes. Not always, but that's generally how it goes with the road construction stuff, because there is quite a bit of difference there in bids.
Sure.
And so we're able to maximize the amounts that we get, and again, be good stewards of the taxpayers' money. We try to make that dollar go as far as we can. So
well, it's no different than like you going, well, I get my meat over at this store because it's cheaper than, and I buy my veggies over here because they're cheaper or better quality or whatever it is your reasoning is. And it's no different. County does the same thing. Yeah. Good deal. Makes sense.
And I know we're probably running out of time.
We got about 5 minutes here before
we're
in danger zone.
Getting ready to launch into some other fun stuff.
All right.
So as I talked a minute ago, our health department is nearing completion. We're not too far off from it being completed. That's going to be a great thing for our community. Of course, we'll have a grand opening, ribbon cutting, whatever we call it. That'll be coming up soon. the Cultural Plaza. That's right downtown where everybody's been seeing it. We have a tremendous amount of interest in using the Cultural Plaza.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people are ready to start wanting to do stuff out there and get her going.
It looks real good. It's got a nice stage. The stage is designed so that in the afternoon when the sun's going down, the band's not baking.
I'm excited to see it in action when there are events and county and city events happen and things like that. It'll be nice to see that being used.
We've had a whole lot of interest. In fact, I have to have a meeting with 3 entities sometime next week because they all have things going on the same weekend, and I think that
this is the good problem to have. Is there's so much demand for the property that now we got to all right, we got to get a little creative on how we do
wonderful.
this. Yeah,
all of these entities can make each other's
absolutely
event be better than it was.
Sure,
because now I'm not just drawing with what interests my people, but your people are going to learn about what we're doing, and we're going to have a lot of interaction.
And the way the park's laid out, you can control, have a funnel gate, so you can create a gated thing if you're trying to charge for an event or something like that and want to control. That facility has all that. So it's going to be amazing.
You bring up a good point about charging for events. So the way the county works is the properties, we don't charge anything for anyone to use the courthouse lawn.
Sure.
Because the taxpayers paid for that. And so we allow the general public to use that, not for everybody's birthday or whatever, but it has to be a public event that benefits.
But say a concert or something
benefits
happens
the general public.
Yeah, and their promoters come in.
And because that courthouse lawn, the Cultural Plaza is paid for with taxpayer money, we don't feel it's proper for us to charge anyone. Although we are reworking our policy and procedure. We allow people to use the courthouse lawn, for instance, as long as they sign up for it and they provide insurance for the event
or whatever they're having. Yeah,
you can't just come out and decide Saturday morning we're going to have an event on the courthouse lawn, because that's not the way it works. Now, if it's not being used, all you have to do is come down, fill out all the paperwork, show us your insurance, which is pretty nominal really for an event like that.
Sure.
It doesn't cost, because you're only a few hours.
You
you're
price
asking
them
for coverage
100, 200 depending on the event
and the
what it's doing,
likelihood of anything happening is pretty slim. So insurance isn't expensive. Public sidewalk out front is one thing, but the actual county property is a little different.
Yeah.
And so we're writing our policy on that. We'll bring that next month. We were going to do it this month, and we don't actually have it. And the reason it's a little different for the Cultural Plaza is because we have the bathrooms.
Gotcha.
And so the county's going to provide, paper towels and toilet paper at the beginning of the event. If you run out, we're going to provide a reasonable amount. If you run out, it's up to you to do that.
Sure.
But it's also up to you to clean the bathrooms when you leave.
Right.
And we're going to incur some cost as well because
now, are those restrooms open only when there's things going on at the plaza?
Only when there's an event.
Okay,
that's why we want to make sure that whoever utilizes the plaza,
they're responsible for maintenance and tidiness and keep being a good steward of the bathroom. Don't let people dog the bathroom.
And so there'll probably be a small, I hate to call it a deposit, but
sure,
if you clean the bathrooms up,
sure. It's like a pet fee, but we'll call it a poop fee. I don't know what you call it.
There you go. So anyway, we're working out those details because this particular event space is a little bit different than just using the courthouse lawn. So we're doing it. But the main thing is people will still be able to utilize it for free as long as it's an event that benefits the public.
Sure.
If Miss Minnie's or the dance studio wants to have the ballet recital on the stage, it'll be great.
And they'll be able to, businesses and entities have their picnic license and want to do their food and whatever's out there, that's no problem. As long as they're licensed
I've been thinking,
permitted and everything else. Yeah.
I've been thinking about events that could happen there, and every event's not going to be better suited at the Cultural Plaza.
Sure.
Some of them would be better on the courthouse lawn. Some will be better suited on the plaza. And as people kind of get used to it, I think it's going to really benefit the community.
Well,
but one of the things that I've brought up that maybe could happen is, they always close 5th Street for the Christmas tree stuff.
Yeah, maybe we do it out there.
And the tents, have to go up. Maybe that's a good location. Maybe not. But I'm just throwing it out.
Well, I imagine certainly UFO Festival, the concerts and things, you can move that, at least some of that out to the
UFO Festival.
To the plaza.
Very interested in it. Pinata Fest.
Sure. Cinco de Mayo or whatever, if we do anything like
Cinco
that.
de Mayo.
Yeah, we bring that back.
We're close to being complete. It's supposed to be complete by the end of the month. I will not bet you a nickel that it will be, but it's close. It's right there. I mean, it could go either way. So
the summer farmers market, I think that would be a good home eventually for that too. At some point,
I think it could be. You know, but the entities will kind of have to decide what's going to work best for their stuff, and we're working towards that. But there are a few minor things that are different with the Cultural Plaza than just the courthouse lawn. Like I say, it'll still just come down and sign up for it. Somebody else didn't get it first. You'll be able to get it, and you provide the insurance just like you do for the courthouse lawn. And everything's copacetic.
And really, this is because ideally this plaza has the amenities. Like if you need power, water, you need all the sources for event. It's all where the courthouse lawn's not really capable or equipped to do that.
And the
kind
Jazz
of stuff.
Festival, they've already reached out because they've for years done it on the courthouse steps, and there are big trees there which help keep the sun off of you. But my wife has sung on the courthouse steps many times, and that's not always a great spot. Of course, the Cultural Plaza currently, all the landscaping is new, so as it grows, it's going to be better. But for now, it may be a little warm too. But,
so water the trees.
But they're looking at the fact that the Jazz Festival will actually have a large stage. They can get everybody up there without being on the courthouse steps. It's not as convenient.
The trumpet
as
player don't have to sit on the sax player's lap anymore.
Well, and the other thing too is the power. We have to make arrangements to turn the power on so they can power a small amplifier in the front at the courthouse steps. There's only a couple of plugs there, and those are off because we can't have people plugging in heaters or whatever out there.
And I've been in this building a long time, and I know all the time when we have UFO Fest, there seems to be one day where power goes out down here every single time. So I imagine you guys kind of had to do something over there special on that because when you get that many people downtown, it does suck the grid down. I don't care what anybody says. It does. Well, it puts a tax on it.
And it's really great that we're going to have the downtown bathrooms take the pressure off the local businesses. We want to enhance everybody's business and their bottom line. They want them to make a nice profit during any events, but at the same time, we don't want them having to watch people come and go all day long just to use the bathroom. So we've got those downtown bathrooms. It'll be real nice for all those sorts of events. The other thing that's wrapping up pretty quick is the Pecos Valley Regional Communication Center. So our dispatch that we do jointly with the city and the county go together. So.
Yeah. Well, that's something we've been excited for a long time, and those folks do a lot. And to get them to get their facility upgraded and more suiting to what they do and their needs, because right now, literally, I've seen them. You walk into the county building and they're kind of in that little dark bubble there, and you're just you're watching them from the inside, and they do a great job. But that facility is not enough to meet the needs of what they need.
Well, it's grown exponentially over the years. That's over 20 years old now. We put them there. And it was fine at the time, but law enforcement is required more. There's a lot more complexities to it. And we also need to keep them safe and secure. And the new location definitely keeps them off the beaten path.
Yeah, and they got to stay state-of-the-art because let's face it, rural places, hard to get to talking to people, and they have to do it. So thank you, guys. I just saw the time.
The Red. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I talked to a lot of great companies. Very few of them actually literally surprised me.
Do you like
but
pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Well, apparently someone is very sick, very evil.
Countries across Central Europe have pulled Hip-branded baby food off shelves after rat poison was found in some of the jars. The company recalled the jars after samples from Austria, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic were found to be contaminated. Authorities believe that human tampering was involved. Hip says the recall is not due to a product defect. The rat poison can prevent blood from clotting. Symptoms of ingesting it may appear 2 to 5 days after consumption. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
5 months after Hong Kong's deadliest fire in decades, thousands of displaced fire victims starting to return to see what's left of their homes and retrieve whatever belongings they can. Some older residents have been training to improve their fitness, preparing for climbing the stairs of that 31-story building. News and analysis, townhall.com. Word to the wise for anyone planning on booking a flight anytime soon.
Experts say booking earlier and staying flexible on dates, destinations, and departure airports can help reduce your cost. Packing light means avoiding rising baggage fees. Using airline points or signing up for a travel credit card are other ways to make flights more affordable. And officials caution consumers against purchasing basic economy tickets. Even though they are the cheapest, they may rule out refunds or credits if you need to cancel. Jason Walker reporting.
Elon Musk has been summoned to Paris, part of an investigation into alleged misconduct on the social media platform X. French authorities looking into the spread of child sexual abuse material and deep fake content. It's said to be a voluntary interview. We don't know if Musk will show up. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil lets in, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2, the deuce of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Indeed.
To all of you that it's going well.
Yeah.
For the rest of us, sorry, man.
Hey.
Should have brought my hip waders today.
Not for nothing. Just, as long as you deal with your Monday stress a little better than that one guy did that one time. You know the song, I Don't Like Mondays?
Uh-huh.
That's based on a true story.
Yeah?
So, there's a guy who, I can't remember if it was a school or a restaurant or something. Some guy basically came in one day and just shot the place up. Like, I don't know if he ended up killing anybody, but he injured several people.
Okay.
And when asked why he did it, he simply said, I don't like Mondays.
Yeah, that's that would go to the extreme. Yeah.
I want to shoot the whole
that's way
down.
past the Garfield I hate Monday. Slightly beyond that.
It's a little more violent. Garfield just dealt with it with passive aggression.
Well, if your money's that bad, just take a breath.
Some people use passive aggression. Some people active aggression. It's a choice.
Go have some calming drink, soothing.
Yeah.
Sit down. Maybe meditate.
You know what? Today's a good day to find a way to meditate or medicate, however you want to put it.
It is 420.
It is the day to celebrate.
Well,
I don't know what you're going to do for food tonight. But I can tell you what you can do.
But you might be hungry. You might be a little extra hungry.
If you do over and vibe on 420, then I would ask that you go for a good cause and make dinner at Dion's Pizza tomorrow night.
Yes.
Because tomorrow night is...
So stay hungry is what we're saying.
Yes, right. Stay hungry, my friends.
Don't eat tonight. Don't satiate your hunger. Save that hunger for tomorrow because then you're going to be famished.
There you go. That's right. Carry it over. And then just buy copious amounts of pizza and sandwiches. Because tomorrow night... Dion's, there on South Main and West Wildey, they're having another one of their community nights.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, and if so, what happens is on their community nights is if you enjoy delicious Dion's food between the hours. Well, technically, you can eat it whenever you want to, but if you purchase the food between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m.,
right,
a portion of your purchase will go to an organization. Each one, there's different ones when they do their community nights. Tomorrow night, they're going to be benefiting the Goddard High School Band, the Big Blue Crew. So if you go to Dion's Pizza tomorrow night, you can dine in, you can carry out, you can do online through Dion's.com, whatever your preference is, you can do all that. But
I like to get a slice and go up to the window where the guy's making the pizza and just eat it in front of him.
Right there.
Unbreaking eye contact the whole time. That's how I like to do it.
Well, it only gets weird when he's flipping the dough, also looking at you.
Right.
You're eating, he's flipping, you're just staring at each other.
It's the circle of life, man. Birth and the end.
You get a little sauce. He manages to flip to do this. The indication of sauce on your
But however you choose to enjoy your pizza.
While still staring dead in the eye. But anyway, if you go eat pizza tomorrow night, or a sandwich, or a salad,
sandwich,
or a brownie, or a cookie, or all the above, a portion of your sales will go to the Goddard High School Big Blue Crew Band tomorrow night. So again, go to Dion's.com, come on by and sit down and bring the family, or call ahead, pick up, and take her home with you, whatever you want to do. But between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m., and that way you can help out the Big Blue Crew.
Yes, sir.
I have bound and determined, and I guess it'll be tomorrow night, because why not? Because I'm going to get a sandwich from Dion's that is not the turkey.
All right.
that is, maybe I'll go pastrami, maybe I'll go meatball.
See,
to be determined.
I feel like if I'm going to go an alternate sandwich, I feel like I have to go meatball at Dion's, because as I mentioned, the Subway meatball has always been my one seat. So I'm curious if that can be unseated.
Right. And if you keto people out there, you can get just the meatball.
It's
like they literally you can get a meatball.
You can just get a meatball.
Like I just want a meatball, and they say, "Here you go," and there's a plate with a big old meatball.
They'll give you on a plate. You don't even have to put it in your open hand.
Yeah, it's not like you don't have to you get one for a piano lesson or nothing like that.
No. But I also feel like that you've found a good medium with the pastrami sandwich with the one that you get from the Farhouse. But,
yes.
So I worry, that when you put one that's that good up to a place like Dion's, that might get unseated.
Could be, but I'm kind of like I just determined as a grown man here in my 50 years that I like pastrami all of a sudden. I did not used to like it as a kid. I hated it and I steered clear of it, but now I like it as a grown man. So
Mike's working his way through his Hasidic phase.
That's right. Still ain't eating tomatoes or coffee, but we're down on the pastrami. So. But I think, that's going to be my go-to. So maybe tomorrow night. That's why I bound and determined we'll hit out the Big Blue Crew, and I will go pastrami or meatball.
Yeah, I will say the meatball looks real good, real good, except it's just a little too much cheese. If I can get it with a little less cheese, because in the picture, there's so much cheese. And that's just... there's a limit,
The problem is you live in a world where people want to dump literally blankets of cheese on everything. You can't even eat a burger. Like you can't pick up a burger with your hands anymore because they just design them not to.
Yeah.
They literally put these cheese blankets and Lord knows what else.
The one that gets me is the one where it's they cut the burger in half and then they just lay it in the lake of cheese.
Yeah.
That seems like you're just asking to ruin a shirt.
I literally yesterday I gave in. I was scrolling on my Facebooks, one does,
And they had a Hidden Valley Ranch advertisement on there.
Okay.
And the advertisement was to make a sandwich.
All right.
And so the sandwich was literally, they took all the ingredients, pastrami, the cheese, the lettuce, the tomato, Hidden Valley Ranch, of course, and they chopped it all up.
So a chop salad.
Yes.
Okay.
But then they proceed to take the chopped salad and put it on a hoagie roll.
A salad sandwich?
And that's exactly what I said. I said, why don't you just make a sandwich if you're going to do all this? Just put the ingredients you literally had.
I'll make a chopped salad in my mouth
and put it on there. Why do you? I have teeth. I don't need for you to bird feed me this sandwich.
I'm gonna be honest. Chopped salad is a tough sell for me to begin with.
I'm not a chopped salad guy. I like to chew my food. I don't want it pre-chewed.
Right.
I'm not a baby bird. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing is when you bite into something, you expose the flavor of the thing. If you chop it beforehand, you're releasing all that good stuff into the atmosphere. Exactly.
Yeah, it is quite possibly the most infuriating thing I watched, and I had to comment, it's like, who would eat this? Just make a sandwich.
Quit trying to.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, put your ranch all over it. I mean, but I don't need to be pre-digested food on a piece of bread here for me. And you know what? If you've noticed, going back to your Subway, I don't think they do the chopped salad anymore. Like, you get a salad now, it's a salad.
Is it?
Now, I don't think they mix it. Like, in all fairness, when I ordered a salad, it's literally a pile of the spinach, a pile of the meat, a pile of the cheese, and then a pile of the dressing, and you're like, all right, blend it.
He said, you're a grown man. You could toss your own salad.
The problem is I get this big thing full of ham or whatever, and then I got all this dry spinach at the bottom because it don't mix right.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
I got
it's hard.
8 pounds of dressing on a piece of ham, and then the spinach with nothing on it.
It's hard to get a good solid bite.
And the bowl to mix ratio is really hard without creating a problem and making a mess like a 2-year-old. You know, I have to transfer to a bigger bowl.
You know who I blame largely
First
for
world
this?
problems. Yeah.
The Presto Company. You remember the salad shooter?
Yeah.
That was sort of like that birthed the idea of the chopped salad.
I'm just saying, can we get a Happy Medium? Go from, maybe not pre-digested, but maybe, toss it.
I think that the salad people could learn a lot from the wing people.
Yeah.
When you sauce and toss some wings, there's a certain technique to it. If we can get the salad people to learn the wing technique, I think we could have a happy medium.
Said, never had that problem with a Dion's.
That's true.
Dion, from bite to finish, it's a mix. Now, my thing with Dion's, and I get past it, I'm not a cucumber guy. And it's kind of automatically in there.
That's
you can't
true.
not get the cucumber.
I like the cucumber, although they do give me heartburn. The thing with me is I'm not a big hard-boiled egg in a salad guy.
See, now that's where I love me some egg. I put me the egg all up in that. Cobb salad me up, brother.
It's mostly because the yolk is usually too overdone. Like, I like a jammy yolk, Ty
Cobb was a huge racist, but if he invented that salad, then God bless him.
Okay. There was a moment last night where I had to stop. I was watching WrestleMania, and the commentary made me stop and be like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
So the guy who was wrestling was an African-American gentleman named Trick Williams.
Yeah.
And it was for the United States Championship. Michael Cole on commentary goes, the initial holder of that championship, Harley Race, you got to wonder what he would think about a guy like Trick Williams holding his title. I'm like, I don't think we want to think about what Harley Race would think about that, all right? Maybe steer our thoughts away from what Harley Race would have to say about all of this.
Wrestling.
It was one of those moments where I'm like, you just say that?
It happens. It happens.
Get those moments,
By the way, NFL is going to be locking up your TVs later this week.
Yes.
NFL draft kit's underway on Thursday. Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
We will have first-round coverage of the draft on our sister stations.
92.9 The Brand.
92.9 The Brand.
And I believe La Pantera 106.1
I believe as
Spanish.
well, too. You can hear, now in Spanish, I don't think you'll hear Brad Sham, and them. It might be, but I don't know.
Maybe he's been doing his Duolingo.
Hola, me llamo Brad Sham. No, I don't think that's what's going to happen. But we'll have the first-round coverage for you tonight, Thursday night. I believe coverage begins at 5 p.m. 5 p.m.
Yep.
And we'll
have
5 on
that
the
for
dot.
you. 92.9 The Brand. Go check it out. So. No. Well, it definitely. I don't think it will be on the digital side because, NFL broadcasts, we have to shut the digital side down. I imagine the draft we do too.
Just on our FM station.
Yeah, that's a weird NFL rule we have. Like if you listen to us on the app, for instance, not this station, but if you 92.9 The Brand, if you want to say, hey, I want to check out the Cowboys game, but I'm not near my radio, I know I'll get my app on the phone. You're going to go to our app and it'll be nothing because the NFL is very stringent on their streaming rights versus their radio rights. So, and they are the only ones, the NFL are the only ones allowed to stream it. So if we put our radio feed on our stream, we get in violation of NFL and they send us all kinds of things. So we can't do that. Sorry. It's just, so if you ever try to catch us on the stream, you're going to have to go to an NFL approved sanctioned thing because that's, we don't have the dominus hominis on that one. Yep. So, Don Weld going to join us from wearing his Alzheimer's Association hat today, talking a little about, give us an update on that. Of course, I know the walk's not till the fall, but now's the time for the walk to the walk. So we'll get to that. So, but we'll get an update from Don here in just a few. Let's do this. Let's pause for weather, and then we're going to roll right into the commercial break, and then here in about 3.5 minutes, we'll talk with Don Weld and the Alzheimer's Association. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a little low pressure system off to our east, and that might bring us a shower or two today. We'll get some cloud cover, a little bit of sunshine, and we're in the low 70s. Overnight, maybe a few lingering showers. It'll be cloudy and dropping to 50 on the low. Mostly sunny on Tuesday. An afternoon shower could pop up. We'll be in the mid 80s, going up to 90 Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Feeling underwater? Van Man and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan are ready to pull you out of the sea of fees and into your next new or pre-owned vehicle. With rates as low as 1.9% and payments as low as $199 a month, plus as little as $1 down on a brand new vehicle. And we're talking rock bottom, under the sea prices. And 100% credit approval is the goal. Drive in now and get more for your trade than anywhere else. The Underwater Trade Payoff Event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd. Spring is here, and Fulkerson has a few spring HVAC tips to help you get ready. Check for uneven temperatures from room to room. Replace your filter and pay attention to sounds that your unit makes. A professional spring checkup helps catch these issues early. And with the Right Fit membership from Fulkerson, you can rest assured knowing your unit is ready. With biannual maintenance and a reduced dispatch fee, even in the middle of the night. Call 575-319-9984 to find out more. Fulkerson Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Roswell and surrounding areas. Got wheels? Get deals. The Deals for Wheels event is on now at Roswell Honda. Right now, trade in anything with wheels and get up to $3,000 towards your next new Honda. We're talking cars, trucks, ATVs, bicycles, motorcycles, scooters, even golf carts. While you're here, register to win an outdoor bundle complete with tabletop grill or a premium bundle with a 5-burner grill. Get 1 ticket for stopping by, 3 with test driver service, and 5 with vehicle purchase. Drawing April 25th at 1 p.m. sharp. Deals for Wheels on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Dan Lewis is the conservative Republican for New Mexico State Representative, District 66. Raised on strong New Mexico values, God first, family, community, and our great nation. With an MBA from NMSU and real-world experience, Dan Lewis will bring financial responsibility and common-sense solutions to Santa Fe. Will protect our citizens from the woke mindset and restore the values America was founded on. Vote Dan Lewis for New Mexico House District 66. Paid for by Dan Lewis for State Representative.
As your old appliances come out of hibernation, it may be time to send some out to pasture. So Bush Appliance in Roswell is spring cleaning out the warehouse, and that means you save big on freezers, refrigerators, washers and dryers, new dishwashers, ranges, cooktops, and full kitchen packages, even custom kitchen and bath cabinetry. So spring clean away your old problems and get to the spring warehouse clearance at Bush Appliance, 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell, Southeast New Mexico's home for appliances and cabinetry since like a real long time.
If you want to install a new roof, you can do it the cheap way or you can do it the right way. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and one of our customers recently found this out the hard way. He was going to hire us to re-roof his roof, but he found someone to do the job for $2,000 cheaper. Half a year later, this customer called us to re-inspect his brand new roof. Turns out this contractor was not a contractor at all. He had no license and no insurance. The roof was installed incorrectly and never had been passed by the city inspector. We had to re-roof his brand new roof, tear off the shingles and start from scratch. It was the most expensive $2,000 anyone has ever saved. If you need a roof installed the right way, you can trust who your neighbors trust. You can trust Trustmark Roofing for no obligation to the penny quote on your roof transformation. Call 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Don Weld back with us today, representing the Alzheimer's Association here. Good morning, Don.
How you doing, Mike?
Doing good. How's life in your world?
I got my purple on.
Yes, we're in purple
but it's not Alzheimer's purple. It's Egypt purple.
Oh, well, for today it's going to be Alzheimer's purple.
Yes, this is for Alzheimer's. That's just my cartouche that has my name. So
ignore the Egyptian hieroglyphics on here. Well, you know what? We'll pretend today that says Alzheimer's.
There you go. That's right. Yeah.
It just says Don.
I can't read those things anyway, so you might as well say Alzheimer's.
So if you look at it upside down and it says Don, if you look at the wrong way, does it say nod?
It might be that.
Just checking. I didn't know.
Might be. I never thought about that.
But for folks not familiar, the Alzheimer's Association, obviously, nationally, internationally, they're the ones that are, raising the money, trying to beat this disease and find a cure and have our first person actually get reversing effects and things. And so that's kind of the big thing. But really, when we're not having walks, we're not having the trying to raise the money side. It is a support group to help families, to help folks dealing, not only the actual patient itself, but the family members involved. Because obviously, when it comes to dementia-related illnesses like Alzheimer's and things, 9 times out of 10, the family is put through the ringer much harder than sometimes the actual patient themselves.
The patients don't really. They get to a point to where they don't even know that there's something.
They're
wrong.
not really. They're not understanding what's going on.
Right. And so it's the caregivers, whoever they are, who get stressed out and
well, not just the physical exertion, but just depending on, obviously if it's a parent, you look at now, you're going from the person that took care of you to you taking care of them, and that always adds a difference.
That's a real trauma.
And certainly with a spouse, that's someone you've been partnered with for probably many years, or
20 and 30 years.
At that point, their entire personality changes. They go from someone that you've known and loved for 20 years to a personality, depending on the type, that you don't recognize. Or the other part is maybe not a mean thing. They just don't remember. Yeah. And they went from the most important person in your life to you're like, I'm just a footnote and a guy who's changing your clothes right now or whatever, Yeah. And so that's a whole nother mental side. And so that's where the Alzheimer's Association really, can help families and things kind of cope with what's next kind of thing.
That's a big part about Alzheimer's. The shorter term memories, gone.
Yeah.
They will sometimes remember 20, 30, 40 years before.
Sure.
And they think it's today.
Modern, yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be even stuff where they're a teenager or something, and they're thinking they're a teenager, but
they're not. Yeah.
It's 2026, and they're still thinking they're a teenager.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's really weird, and that makes it even harder on the caregiver.
Sure.
Because sometimes you don't recognize what it is they're seeing.
Well, and this is curiosity. Does the mentality change to that younger version of themselves?
That's right.
They as we get older, we evolve in our thinking and how we approach things. And something that
As a teenager, we throw caution to the wind and jump and do.
Yeah.
As an older person, we say, that's not smart. So does their brain really think they're an 18 again and they're like, I'm going to jump off the cliff or I'm going to do the dumb thing that I would have done as a teenager?
They do.
Yeah, that's the part
they revert back to that.
That's crazy.
Usually that's just a temporary case.
Sure.
But for short periods of time, they will revert back to that and they'll do all kinds of crazy
And I'm
things.
going to take a guess. Internally, they're probably very happy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling like I'm 20 again, or what? You know what I mean? They're probably
I'm ready
in that
to go.
mindset. Yeah. I mean, that's.
Let's go out and drink tonight.
Yeah,
or go dancing or go party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I never thought in that term there. But yeah, I guess that's what happens.
Because they revert back to that.
Basically the brain did a reset and it's 1972 or whatever that is in their head all of a sudden.
That's right.
Yeah, even though it's not. That's interesting. But again, that's the kind of stuff the Alzheimer's, when families have to deal with those things or preparing for what's next. But the beauty of what's been going on is, literally a family, if it's caught in the kind of more earlier stages, a family that's diagnosed with one of these, with Alzheimer's, dementia, one of these type of diseases, they, thanks to medicine, thanks to the Alzheimer's, and thanks to this, you could live 20 plus years living a relatively normal life before you start seeing the real debilitating side of this disease.
Right.
That being said, I'd like to feel like if you're getting this diagnosis today, you're going to be of the group that's holding the white flower, which is the first when we do the walk here in November. The white flower signifies the person that's been cured of
Recovers
Alzheimer's.
from it.
Now,
Yep.
we don't have one of those yet, but I would like to say someone that's getting a diagnosis here today is going to be part of the group that gets those white flower. I feel like that's where we're at here.
Yeah. And there's been some tremendous leaps and bounds in the medicines that are available. To prolong.
Absolutely.
And maybe we found something that will actually cure it. We're not sure.
Start reversing damage done here a little bit. That's the win here. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna take a stab that once we kind of knock, it's gonna be like the polio thing where, we'll have a vaccination.
Yep.
And then polio will turn into Alzheimer's, or basically, I don't know if it's a child or whenever they deem that appropriate, you have this vaccination like you do your polio.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, last time you heard about polio, you're talking about FDR.
That's about right. That's about right.
And we're talking about Alzheimer's, about, remember that guy from the 70s that had her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be something like no one has anymore. And
Let's
so that's what
hope
we're hoping.
so. We're looking for that.
So maybe, like, say, your grandkids might be, they don't know Alzheimer's or don't know the epidemic side of it.
Yeah.
But that being said, right now, if you're a family and you're just diagnosed and you're looking for support, there are resources here in town. But we also want to say that the walk is going to be happening here that November 1st weekend, that first weekend of November.
November 7th.
7th, I believe.
I think is the
it's
date.
It's usually that first Saturday in November, if I remember
Correct.
right. And it's on, and now is the time.
November 7th.
No, you nailed it.
I remembered.
That's right. Those. Hey.
I haven't reached that Alzheimer's point yet.
Well, and and to be honest, for folks like, and I don't care, family history or not, as you get older, doing puzzles, doing those things to exercise your brain are very important. Yeah, I know, like, there's all kinds of apps and stuff online you can do that, but seriously, if you're not even into the high tech, literally go to the Walgreens or wherever you buy your magazines. Go pick up a couple crossword things or word searches or whatever, and just keep doing those kinds of. Those are very.
You can
good.
get them in the library. You can sit there in the library and look at them and work on them too.
Okay, I didn't know if they faux pod you filling them out.
Well, they don't really like you to write in their books.
Yeah, like if you go check out the newspaper, don't fill out the crossword puzzle and let someone else read it. But definitely, do those kinds.
Something to keep your brain exercising.
I notice even myself, I'm in my 50s, but I still I do. I play a lot of like these word scramble games. It's like this one game I have on my. Matter of fact, I don't even know if I can download the thing anymore. But it literally gives you like this 7 letters, and then if you put them together,
but basically says you got 3 minutes. How many words can you make out of this 7 letters in 3 minutes? So I play those kind of games a lot. Just
those are neat.
Kind of sharpen the brain.
I play the Sudoku games a lot.
Yeah, I'm too dumb to play Sudoku. My wife does.
Well, I grew up with math.
Numbers. I'm like, I'm out. My wife loves Sudoku. I'm like, no, I'll stick to the words.
There you go. Yeah, see, I'm not real good on the Scrabble type.
Yeah, those I'm much better at. But, that's more my jam.
I never was. So.
Like those crossword puzzles. Matter of fact, when I was a teenager, I would legit go and have as a hobby, because it's before computers and everything, I legit would go buy that little crossword puzzle books, and I would fill them out and do them.
There you go.
And, there was a moment in time where I took a pen and a crossword to the can with me, and I do.
Yeah, there you go.
Now it's just a phone. But anyway.
Something to keep you busy while you're doing your business.
Exactly. But that being said, with the Walk to Alzheimer's here on November 7th,
right?
We are now in the part, if you go to the website, which we'll tell you here in a minute.
Yeah.
You can now start registering your teams, or if you want to contribute to a team that's already set up, now is the time to do all that, because ideally November 7th is our fun day. That's the day we walk in. I mean, obviously there's going to be some sad, and so it's a lot.
Oh, sure.
But that's our day of celebration at the end of the day. The real work is raising the money up. We ideally would like to get each team to, donate $500 or more.
Or more.
We're not capping you here, but we'd like that. Ideally, be a team of 5, $100. That's kind of the logic
idea
there.
Yeah.
But by all means, we would love to, the more the merrier. So, like a lot of times we'll get like an office or maybe some civic groups, and they'll have multiple teams.
Yep.
And they'll compete. It'll get little competition and all. And that's good. That's all friendly. But at the end of the day, that's what we're kind of doing right now. And we want to make it to the point where, we're raising a bunch of money, hit our goals here. Because at the end of the day, this is how we end the Alzheimer. The funding, the support, it's
and it's really helping.
Yes,
it's really helping.
It's moving the needle.
Yep.
It is getting us that much closer.
And if you donate 100, you get a shirt.
Nice. Now yours won't have a
Not
gypsy hieroglyphics on it.
It'll be an Alzheimer's shirt.
It won't say Don in Egypt.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Alzheimer's.
Yeah, you won't say Alzheimer's on it.
Yeah. But but yes, you get the purple shirts, and then and of course, we would love to see families kind of come out. If your family is currently battling, or if you've battled, we would love to come and honor you and celebrate you. The traditional parts of the walk or that day will happen. The garden, the all those things are part of that.
They're there.
This year you guys are back at Rustic K, or
yes, we're going to go back to Rustic K.
Yes.
That seemed to work out pretty good.
Yeah,
plenty of room and a nice walk area.
Yeah, and it's in the public, so it's got the visuals. So because ideally they've had a downtown and things, which is great visually. Because you get a bunch
it's a little dangerous.
Well, it's a lot of traffic there, and then you see a bunch of people driving by, and hey, why are those people in purple shirts walking around? And then we say, hey, well, come and ask me about my purple shirt.
Yeah.
Rustic K kind of is a compromise where, yes, you still are visual, so people are like, what's going on over there with the guys in the purple? But you have less apt to have to dodge cars and stuff.
We did go out at Cielo Grande where the soccer players were.
Which got plenty of room.
But it was so soccer oriented at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is their big time.
They just thought you were a big soccer team.
Yeah.
A purple team. They got a lot of players.
Yeah.
They're slightly older than the average kid, but but there's a lot of them.
So it was kind of a mix there that didn't quite gel as well.
Plus, it's not like Cielo Grande is a destination.
Yeah.
Like you don't just pass by Cielo Grande. I mean, unless you live there, obviously. But most people aren't just. Whereas downtown or Rustic K, you could be passing by, going somewhere else and see it and say, oh, what's going on there?
Yeah.
So it kind of...
And that's the idea.
Yeah, exactly. But that being said, we would love to get teams signed up or contribute to a team. Maybe like, well, I don't want to contribute, but I got some friends I'm going to donate to their team. That would be great too. Like if you don't know nobody, Don said you can contribute to his team. His team's always taking donations there.
Just go on to alz.org.
Yeah.
And then look for Roswell Walk.
Yes.
And then you can also search for my team, which is Photo Finish
good deal.
at the Roswell Walk, or just go to alz.org.
Okay.
And and tell them that you want to start a team for the Roswell Walk.
Okay. And then
there's a place on there that you can find.
Have a little application.
Yeah,
a little ask the team name,
fill it out,
and all that. Yeah, I get that.
Right.
And then with that, I think once you sign up a team, they do send you like if they'll help you promote. Yeah. So stuff if you say you want to share on your social medias and stuff. Hey, I'm raising money. Help me out here. They'll give you all the links to all the stuff.
When you start a team, you get a website.
Okay.
So you can send other people to your website.
That's kind of your page, your main page. To send out your invites
and you can send out invites. You can get all that information. You can
keep tabs on your
it.
money raised. And
I should have brought them with me. I just downloaded a full 8x10 sheet, which identifies me, and it has one of those little. What do they call the square?
Oh, the little avatar or whatever it is.
Well, the one that you read and takes you.
Oh, the QR code.
QR code.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes.
I can't remember that. It's getting there.
Well, in all fairness, that's newer technology.
Yeah, it is.
It's a crossword puzzle.
It's got a little QR code on it, and it'll take you right to my website and things like. So you can do that for your own team.
Absolutely. Now, for folks, because I'm one of these people that's new on this, so please don't take this because I find this helpful too. But if you do have your phone, and to access that QR code, just go to your camera.
Right.
And then take your camera and center it on that QR code, and your phone will be smart enough to take you right to the website. So it's that easy to use. If you're not familiar,
trigger that one right there.
I know some people don't know how the QR codes work, and if you see the little box with all the little black and white boxes in it, that's the QR code.
Yep.
And it's kind of like a barcode at the grocery store. It scans that, it takes it, but this basically uses your phone as a barcode scanner, and it'll take you right to the website directly to where you need to sign.
Works really nice.
Yeah. I know most people under 30 know all this, but some of us in our 50s and above, these technologies.
As we get older and older, this technology is all it's beyond us.
Like I literally because I knew I had a QR code scanner on my phone and all that, but I'm just saying it was less than a year ago where I learned, I just use my phone to take that.
Me
picture.
too.
I thought I had to open up this QR scanner to do all that. I'm like, I don't even know where that is on the phone.
Yeah.
And so just use your
camera.
phone. And my wife's like, no, just take a picture. I'm like, oh.
Gee, thanks. Okay. That makes it a whole lot simpler.
Yeah. So I learned too, not in the most recent future. So, but absolutely, this is now the time if you'd like to start signing your teams up. I would also say, too, if you want to get more involved as a volunteer, the Alzheimer's Association is always looking for more people to help with obviously the planning and the logistics of not only this event, but, the support side. If, there is the side if when people come out and say, hey, I'm new to town, looking for some doctors, or our family was just diagnosed, doctors help, but I'm looking for people that have gone through this, support groups, those types of things. We're always looking for volunteers to help on that side of things.
Yes, that's right. We are having a committee meeting, and we're always welcoming new people to come into the committee, too. Committee meeting is on April 30th. Is that right?
So that'll be next
Thursday?
That's right.
Is
next
that right?
Thursday.
Yeah, next Thursday. It'll be at Pasta Cafe.
All right.
5:30.
Carb up.
Yeah, carb up. Yeah.
Well, they just had they just celebrated their 50th there over at Pasta Cafe.
Did they?
Well, the whole Cattle Baron family is at different, but I believe they've been kind of doing like a party at each one. I believe they just had the one at Pasta Cafe like a week or two ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
My stomach was stank because I would have hurt myself if I would have gone there because I have no discipline. Pasta is absolutely bad for me, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm like, I gotta behave. But
yeah.
That would have been a problem. I would have fell off that wagon.
I'm that way with Mexican food. I could eat Mexican food, but after a while, oh boy.
Well, I love pasta. I mean, seafood's my 1C growing up in Maryland, and of course, seafood and pasta. So as long as I stick to just the seafood, I'm safe.
Yeah.
But when you start frying it and put it in all the other things, and then it's not so good for me. But in theory, the seafood's very healthy for me. It's what you do to it afterwards. But I love pasta. But yeah, as a diabetic, it is not my friend.
So, but anyway, but come out on the 30th to the next meeting if you're interested in volunteering.
5:30.
If you're interested, even or if maybe your family looking for resources, come meet the folks and come by.
Come talk
if you're new
us.
to town and come.
We'll get you set up.
Absolutely. Now, and here is the thing that I'm going to say 99% of the volunteers, they're probably have worn your shoes at some point or wearing your shoes at that current time. Because I know for a fact there's a couple of your volunteers that are currently taking care of their loved ones doing this at the same time. So they're kind of experiencing it.
Our committee chairman is one of them. Her father is suffering with Alzheimer's, and she's involved with taking care of him.
They can all relate to what I guarantee the hardest thing you've gone through, somebody's seen it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
There is a lot of strength and there is sometimes when there's experience involved and people that have done it together, that's because there is an isolation. There is I imagine for you personally, because like Don, you yourself, your wife, and
I did,
and I imagine there were moments when you were taking care of her. There was a lot of alone moments, isolated things. You were feeling like on an island here for this stuff, and that's where the Alzheimer's Association can help get you through those.
Unfortunately, at the time I was taking care of her, I didn't even know there was an
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
You didn't even, you researched, you learned.
I learned post.
Post everything.
So it was
which is probably why you are as involved as you are. Because
yes, I don't want to see other people go through that.
You experienced without their support and you don't wish that on anybody. And you don't obviously wish anybody on anybody going through this stuff. But that being said, it's sure a lot better when you've got a team of people that can help you navigate through what's next or what's going to come back, or kind of keep you in the loop of what you might see next.
And when you need to go, there's a time when you need to say, I've done what I can. Sure. It's beyond what I can do. I need to find a place where I can get the proper help.
Sure.
And this person can be taken care of.
But you also got to get into a place to be able to do it and not feel the guilt or the association that comes with that, because at some point you're thinking, well, I feel like I'm giving up. And that's not the case at all. And that's where the Alzheimer's said, no, it's above your pay grade.
That's right.
You're not a doctor. You're not a trained, even if you are, it's you know what I'm saying? It's not your purview to do that.
No, you've got to understand that.
And guess what? Even if you are a healthcare professional, guess what? You always hear about lawyers never taking their own cases. You can't be that close. When it comes to that kind of stuff, you've got to step back and let someone that doesn't have a unbiased view of things make decisions.
And they can help tremendously.
Yeah, because unfortunately, to quote Meatloaf here, you can do anything for love, and sometimes you'll go above and beyond the extreme.
There you go.
That isn't not. You're actually doing more harm than good out of love.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need that outside perspective to see that. So yes, even if you're a healthcare professional, don't feel like you're, you know what I mean? That's what the Alzheimer's is there. It's just
that's why we're here.
Because arguably this is going to be the hardest thing someone's probably ever gone through in their life. Whether it's their parents or their spouse, or I know this is weird, but maybe a sibling, a child, or a brother or sister, or something like that. It's child to be definitely weird, but I imagine there's a case where there's probably been a parent. You get those parents that live to be 100, and their kid's 90, and the kid's got Alzheimer's with the parent. I'm sure it's pretty rare, but I imagine there's one or two of those where
it could be
out there.
I don't know.
Those always amaze me when you see the parent, and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm in my 70s. And they're like, here's my dad.
Yeah.
He's like, he's in his 90s. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it happens. It happens all the time.
But yeah, I imagine there is one or two of those cases out there too. But that being said, it's always that hard decision. So please, if you're interested, volunteering, or maybe like you said, you've chewed some of this before and you're saying, I would love to give back, or you know what? Help support groups. I can help talk about that. Or you know what? If nothing else, I would love to be there to help set up tables, to pass out water, or to help
whatever can happen.
Kind of just organize people on today's events, whatever. That way, come on out, come hungry next Thursday, the 30th, and come to Pasta Cafe. What time is that meeting again?
5:30.
Right at dinner time.
Now, you have to buy your own dinner.
Oh yeah, but you're gonna wanna.
But
you're there. There's gonna be
Pasta
pizza. You're gonna be trying to meet, and some guy's gonna walk by with a big bowl of spaghetti, and you're gonna be like, all right,
that did it.
Yeah,
give me one.
Right, that's gonna happen. So,
yeah,
By the way, too, I think if you really want to get more involved and love pasta, I believe the Walker Aviation Museum folks, they'll meet over there on occasion too, because I know Doug Weiser, he's president over there, and he runs the cattle bear and stuff. So he's a good guy to know. But I think when they meet over at Pasta Cafe too. So I'm just saying, if you're looking for another great organization, another excuse to eat pasta, maybe.
What was his group again?
The Walker Aviation Museum. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've been out there a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're as a Marine, you know a thing or two with military stuff.
Yeah, a couple of things here and there.
But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. But volunteers needed. Sign up for the walk. alz.org, and then there'll be a button that says Find a Walk Near You. Click that and type in Roswell or 88201 or something.
Roswell, New Mexico.
And then, unless you want to go to Georgia, I'm sure if you want to check out the competition,
you want to drive down
to
Georgia, that's good too. But
although maybe we should have maybe set up a exchange program with the Roswell, Georgia. And when we have mistakes, we do guess what? We'll do an in-kind donation back and forth to each other. It's like, I meant to donate to Georgia, but I donated to Roswell. We're going to donate to each of you on
there
that.
You go.
So we should work out some kind of partnership with Georgia.
I'm sure they've got a walk group down there, too.
Well, I imagine, because I think, don't quote me, but I believe Roswell, Georgia is a suburb of Atlanta.
It is.
Which means it's probably pretty big. It's
pretty good size.
It's probably like Cruce's size.
I almost, when I was working, and I moved to Roswell, they said, "Why are you going to Georgia?" I said, I'm not.
No, green men. Little green men, not East Coast. But, not Georgia peach.
Nope. My kids send me those every year.
Yeah, they and every once in a while, I mean, every business gets it. I know, like at the chamber and stuff, they'll get people calling about the chamber, and they're like, no, that's in Georgia. That's not the Roswell. But if you want to be a member of the Roswell Chamber here, we can help you out. So. But absolutely, definitely go to the ALZ to type in Roswell NM or 88201, or 202 or 203. I think either one, any of those three will get you there. And then and that walk. Does that walk cover that's because I know there's how many different walks are in New Mexico?
Only about 4 or 5.
I was about to say I was thinking like a half dozen.
We're trying to increase that number.
But this one covers most of southeast New Mexico. Right?
Hobbs has their own. And Clovis is attempting to develop one.
So there's really 3 on the eastern half of New Mexico.
Right. Las Cruces has one. There's at least one in Albuquerque. I don't.
Santa Fe or Farmington or something?
Santa Fe, yes.
Okay.
Albuquerque and Santa Fe. And you may be right. I don't know about Farmington, but
that'd be a good,
I would suspect that
if we don't, then that sounds like geographically that's where the next one needs to go is Four Corners area, Farmington.
Right. And there might be one down in the Silver City, Deming type area. I don't know.
If not, they probably glom onto Cruces, I guess.
That might be, yeah.
I mean, they're a little higher up, but they're as the crow flies, not so far away.
No kidding.
But definitely, and so to tell friends, like if you got friends in different parts of the state, invite them to get to support those walks.
Right.
Now that being said, I think the Roswell one's usually a pretty big deal, and if I remember right, you guys kind of wrap up the season, right? Like, isn't the Roswell one like one of the last ones of the season?
One for the year. In New Mexico.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're kind of the tail of it.
We may be the last one for the nation.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that.
But I knew New Mexico.
But we're down near the end, yeah.
So we try to play cleanup at this one. So it's kind of it's like, all right, we got to hit our goals, and Roswell's our last chance to do it.
That's right.
So that being said, we would love to, if you've got friends and family in Cruces or Albuquerque, tell them to sign up. Now theirs will be a little sooner, probably in September or August timeframe, or even October.
Yeah, October is a big time for
That's where most of them happen.
We moved because our Roswell October is packed.
Gotcha.
There are so many things going on with the fair and chili fiesta, all this other stuff. So we says, okay, we'll take the first weekend in November. let everybody get by.
Now you can add the air races to September, so that's another fall thing.
Right. So
Albuquerque deals with Balloon Fiesta probably around the time of there because that's usually the first week of October.
Yeah.
So but my point is, get involved with those because at the end of the day, all this money goes back to solving, to finding this cure and everything else. Now, obviously, if you're here in this area, make it convenient. Come do the Roswell one. But if you got friends and family in other places, get them involved. Get them to have their own walks or contribute to teams at those different walks around the state here.
Yep.
And then get involved yourself.
And you can always do that at ALZ.org. You can always ask for New Mexico walks.
Okay, and then
they can give you a whole list.
Okay.
So you can pick a walk that's closest to you.
Excellent. Yeah. Or if you just want to bless a bunch of people, like, I'm going to bless that team, that team, and that team. They'd love to have. You're like, well, I want to help out, but I've got friends on multiple teams, and I don't want to show favoritism.
There you
Spread
go.
Little love to all of them.
There you go.
Way you can, either way, it's a big winner.
I said, if you donate 100, you get a shirt.
There you go.
And they will note that you put your name in there. I'm donating 100 plus, anything over 100. And when you go to walk day, you will be able to pick, your name will be out there and you'll be able to pick up your shirt.
You know what?
Before.
Tell you what, if anybody does this, if they donate $100 to 5 different teams, I'll make sure they get 5 shirts.
There
you go. You can work the whole week. Yeah. What's your Monday shirt? I don't know. It's the purple one. Tuesday shirt. I got you covered the whole week.
There you go.
$500. You do to 5 different teams. I'll talk to Don and I'll pay for the shirts.
We'll
I don't care. I'll
them.
make sure
we'll
we get
them.
you 5 shirts.
You do that.
You get the $100 to 5 different teams, and I'll give you 5.
I will make sure that is done. We'll do that too. Yeah.
But yeah, that way you can, because I get it. Sometimes you're like, hey, contribute to my team, and you have friends on this one, and I don't want you to start that social faux pas. So,
no, it could be kind of tough. Break up some friendships here.
Exactly. And then, of course, the November 7th date itself, we want to love to invite people. We want everyone. A show of force. We want to get as many people out there walking, show that strength in numbers, show those families that are still battling how much we love and support, and we're rooting them on and cheering them on and being here for them.
We usually have some people who are suffering from Alzheimer's at the time.
Sure.
And their caregivers bring them to the walk.
Yep, that's right.
So hopefully we can honor them
absolutely
at that time.
And families too, if you are listening and you are going through the dementia Alzheimer's process here and you have not talked to the Alzheimer's Association, please reach out. Ask if nothing else, allow them to help you with some of the taking care of you time. One of those services and things that they do is, obviously if you're spending your whole time taking care of your loved one, guess who you're not taking care of?
Right.
Yourself. Or things like the groceries aren't getting done. The things let the Alzheimer's, they can actually
help.
Yeah, they can help in several different ways. Sometimes it's shopping for you. Sometimes it's, hey, we'll take care of your loved one while you go
give you a few
take care
hours
of yourself
during that day. You go take care of.
Go get a spa day.
A spa day.
Or go
get
your
nails done. Or
if you go to your own doctor's appointments and get your health
there
right.
You go.
Whatever it is that needs to be done.
They can help out.
They can help. And so that, if nothing else, let that resources come available to you. Because I know logistically, sometimes just having a backup or someone there to spell you is the difference between sanity and craziness.
Getting around is another thing, too. If you're a veteran, you can call the veterans
transport. Yeah.
And
which you might get Don giving you a lift there, too, depending on the day of the week.
That's right. So if your patient, your Alzheimer's patient, is a veteran and needs to go see a doctor.
Absolutely. Out of town or anything else. Absolutely.
Around town, in town, whatever, and you don't have the transportation or for some other reason, call the Veterans Transport.
And
they will get you.
The van will come get you, whether it's in town or Artesia or Lubbock or wherever.
Somewhere around.
And that applies for all of Southeast New Mexico. So people that are listening in Carlsbad, Artesia, Hobbs, same thing. They've got drivers down there, and they're always looking for more drivers.
Yeah, we need some drivers in Carlsbad and Artesia. We've had to temporarily suspend from Carlsbad Artesia, we're working that out. We have a driver who can go down and get them.
But this is what, so they need volunteers too. But
so if you need help with that, with the veterans driving, 575-622-0729.
Very good. I just saw the time. We're about to get kicked off the radio.
Okay. Time to go.
Very good. ALZ.org.
Right.
And then find a walk near you. Click in Roswell, and it should be right there.
Yep.
Good deal. Don, as always, appreciate the visit. We got to talking. I looked up, and I was like, man, it's about to be 9 o'clock.
See?
Literally, it's about to be 9 o'clock. So let's do this.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly. Thank you, Don. We'll see you next time. We're going to pause for news and a quick break before news.
Thank you, Mike.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Things are heating up again between the U.S. and Iran ahead of another round of talks this week scheduled in Pakistan. There are doubts the talks will actually take place, though, especially given the U.S. seizure of an Iranian cargo ship that the U.S. says was trying to breach the blockade of Iran's ports. Another suspected drug-running boat has been blown to bits by the U.S. military in the Caribbean Sea. This time, 3 people were killed. Powerful storms have delivered a heavy blow to the nation's midsection in recent days. Flooding rains, damaging hail, and fierce winds, even some tornadoes reported. Damage assessment going on in northern Japan following a powerful earthquake that struck off the coast. On Wall Street, the Dow down 24 points, while the Nasdaq is off 102 points, the S&P down 13. More details, srnnews.com.
Attention, attention. They've done it again. For 3 years in a row, Roswell Hyundai is the #1 used car supercenter in New Mexico. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a super high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has one that fits your needs and your budget. So if you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, head for the #1 Used Car Supercenter in southeastern New Mexico 3 years straight. Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
I'm Doug Turner, Republican for governor. Here in New Mexico, our oil and gas industry isn't just part of our economy, it's the backbone. It funds our schools, powers our communities, and provides thousands of good-paying jobs. But instead of supporting it, progressives like Deb Haaland want to shut it down. As governor, I won't let them. I'll stand with our energy industry, not punish it. Because when oil and gas succeed, New Mexicans win. I'm Doug Turner, Republican for governor. Everywhere I go in New Mexico, I see it. Potholes, crumbling sidewalks, dangerous roads. And every time I hear excuses from politicians who've done nothing for years. I'm Doug Turner, Republican for governor. I don't make excuses, I get results. As governor, I'll fix our roads, invest in infrastructure, and hold bureaucrats accountable so tax dollars benefit you, not politicians. We have the resources. It's time we use them to get the job done. I'm Doug Turner, and I approve this message. Paid for by Turner for New Mexico.
Correspondent Craig Clugston. Another suspected drug-running boat and blown to bits by the U.S. military in the Caribbean Sea. A refund mechanism for businesses that paid tariffs were struck down by the Supreme Court. Goes online today.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection says importers and their brokers were able to begin claiming refunds online beginning at 8 a.m. It's the first step in a complicated process that also might eventually lead to refunds for consumers who were billed for some or all of the tariffs on products shipped to them from outside the United States. In a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court ruled in late February that President Donald Trump usurped congressional taxation authority when he set double-digit import tax rates on products from almost every other country. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Strong storms have dealt a heavy blow to the nation's midsection in recent days, flooding rains, damaging hail, and fierce winds.
As you go from the winter season into spring and summer there's that transition season. Or, the weather's transitioning there where you're going from the predominantly colder air to the predominantly warmer air. And we tend to get more intense storm systems this time of year.
And that's David Cousins at the National Weather Service. On Wall Street this morning, stocks so far have been bouncing between small gains and losses. Right now, the Dow is down. It's off about 118 points. NASDAQ, 173 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines.
Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
We are hearing some tough talk from north of the border.
The Canadian Prime Minister said his country's extensive trade ties with the United States were once a strength, but have become a weakness. Canada sends almost 70% of its exports to its southern neighbour, but President Trump's tariffs on steel, aluminium and cars have damaged the Canadian economy. Mark Carney said Canada couldn't control disruption from Washington, but his government was actively working to diversify investments and to sign trade deals with other countries. He also said Canada had faced down such threats before, citing a U.S. invasion in the War of 1812, and he praised the military leaders who fought off that threat 2 centuries ago.
That's the BBC's Ian McWilliam. British police have arrested 2 teenagers in connection with the weekend arson attack on a synagogue in northwest London. Jewish leaders expressing concern about a wave of recent incidents targeting their community. The suspects ages 19 and 17. News and analysis, townhall.com. Run, robot, run.
You really have to see this. A humanoid robot with legs about 37 inches on a racetrack running a half marathon. At the race in Beijing on Sunday, the robot, using autonomous navigation, ran the 13-mile race in 50 minutes, 25 seconds. The human record, about 57 minutes. Zhao Didu, test development engineer at Honor, the Chinese smartphone company that made the robot, says from the very beginning of the design, our robot was modeled on outstanding human athletes. And Du says the robot is equipped with a very powerful liquid cooling system. I'm Donna Warder.
Today, they are reenacting the midnight ride of Paul Revere, but this ride is taking place in the daytime. The horse and rider also will have a police escort, commemorating the 251st anniversary of a key moment, the early days of the American Revolution. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace Inviernos.
Good mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Indeed.
Starting to cloud up a bit.
Just a bit.
Believe it or
yeah.
not, we got rain chances today.
Really?
Like a 20%.
Nice.
All day.
It was, there was a special kind of chill in the air this morning.
Yeah. Well, they're doing that and then thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally saying, isolated rain before 3, and then showers and thunderstorms after 3. And then isolated sprinkles before 9 today. So.
I love isolated sprinkles. All that ever makes me think of is that one specific donut where they put sprinkles just on the corner of it. It's like,
why?
Who likes sprinkles, but not that many?
Just one bite's worth.
Yeah, I want to experience the sprinkles and then never again.
All right. Like, if you're going to do that, then go all out and put like little sprinkles on this, like 2 there, and then put like peanuts over here, and then maybe 2 chocolate chips or whatever, whatever you put on there. Oreos, whatever it is.
While we were in Vegas, we actually went to the only way you can describe it is a boutique donut shop.
Yeah, I've been to one of these.
It's in the Venetian.
Okay.
And like the long line of, I think it was called like Donique or something like that. It was like D-O-N.
I went to the redneck version, but yes.
Okay, like the devil donuts or whatever.
It was called Duck Donuts.
Duck
but
Donuts,
yeah,
yes.
it's the same thing.
But it was on the way to the Sphere to go see the Wizard of Oz. So they actually had a Wizard of Oz specific like themed donut.
Okay.
They had like a little red slipper made of chocolate on top of it.
Oh, nice.
And they were all like different kinds of fillings. That one donut was $14.
Dang.
Yeah. The one I got.
Did they have a in honor of Wizard of Oz? A Munchkin version?
That's cute. You know, it's funny though, because we did end up getting, they had donut holes, so we ended up getting a few donut holes to snack on. But mine was like this lemon, it's like a lemon cheesecake thing, but it had this like lemon pie filling essentially.
Okay.
So we get these fancy donuts, and they come in like, boutique bags and all that. And then
purses.
And then this is, now bear in mind, this is on the way to get in line for the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
We get to the Sphere, and we see a sign that says no outside food or drinks.
Oh.
And they didn't have storage lockers for us to put these in. So here is a group of tourists huddled next to a trash can in line, frantically eating like boutique donuts, just trying to get as much of it into our faces as we can so that we don't lose the value of it.
Couldn't smuggle them in, huh?
No, they were very strict. Yeah. So it was
full cavity searches.
Well, there were probably a few cavities made that day. Yeah, they're thorough. But
because I'm just saying, unless there's metal in your donut. I mean,
yeah, but I'm not. Then again, where am I going to stick that donut? Where I'm going to want to eat it afterwards?
It's your donut.
It's your donut. You know what? That's
I
the
see
greatest.
you eat French fries from places. I don't think you have a problem.
You know, there are some things that just never go away.
Not in this case.
No,
you can't unsee that. I'm sorry.
It's been 20 years, man. 20 years. Anyways, I digress. So yeah, so just what I'm saying is if you're going to go to a fancy boutique donut shop,
sure,
pick your spots.
Yeah.
And, don't isolate your sprinkles.
Like I've had but it wasn't like bougie. It was literally the redneck, like, I don't know, I bet we could put that on a donut. They're literally just putting it on a donut.
Honestly, those are the innovators.
Yeah.
Those are the free thinkers of the world.
But I literally had this chocolate monstrosity. I'm like, when did this is not breakfast anymore.
No.
I mean, this is not even close to breakfast. There's nothing resembling breakfast about this.
No, there's a place, I can't remember the name of it offhand, but there's a place, Voodoo Donuts, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
On Fremont. They're open they're like sometimes the only place open on Fremont still. They're 24-hour. But they're known for having like these insane donuts. They're like there's one that's like the breakfast cereal, and it's got like sweetened condensed milk with Fruit Loops on top, and it's like it's a whole thing. Like that's diabetes, in a napkin. And they only ever give you the one napkin. They know you're going to be a mess after this.
So I might start a fight here, but I kind of want to know, since we're in this vein of things.
Okay.
When does a muffin cease to be a muffin, become a cupcake? When is that line drawn? Is it icing? Where's the line in the sand on cupcake muffin?
I think there's a difference in the batter, because a cupcake is literally made from cake batter.
But I've seen so many muffins that seem more like cupcakes.
Oh, I agree. But we're calling them muffins still, so it can still be healthy.
So you can eat them in the morning.
This is what I will never understand.
Right.
Who is keeping bran muffins like in the zeitgeist? Like, why are those still a thing? They're not digestible.
Yeah.
Like the ones that I've had are the driest thing on the planet, and they take your moisture away.
I believe in my heart of hearts, there is a sect population of people that I like to call food masochists.
They just hate everything about themselves.
But they eat them because they're supposed to. Like grape nuts, bran muffins, these are things that have long since people want to eat.
But here's
because
the thing.
somehow in their PTSD head,
Sure.
they've got to eat these things.
Now, I'm not one of them. I have had my phases where I will eat grape nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge lover of them. That being said, I do know people that swear up and down that they genuinely love grape nuts. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me, but I know those people exist.
Yeah, they same people that enjoy dirt, I guess, because that's what it tastes like to me.
Or
is
like
dirt.
if you ask, like, if you have any aunts that are still around, ask them how much they miss Tab.
Yeah.
That was garbage carbonated soda. But
now, in all fairness, depending on the age of said aunt, Tab was more of a statement than a quality thing.
Sure.
It was very bougie for a moment for a woman to walk around with her can of Tab.
And that's how I feel about regular Diet Coke. When
Yeah.
people are like, they swear that they like the taste. Nobody does.
Yeah.
There's no way.
But no one actually liked Tab.
I don't. Yeah. But it was such a thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, everybody's aunt had like a Misty 120 hanging out on one
Right.
side and holding a Tab in the other hand.
Or a Virginia Slim.
Or a Virginia Slim, yeah.
Or if they want to go real fancy, the Moors. Remember those them brown ones, them long brown ones, Moors?
Yeah. If you're a fella and wanted to do that, you went Benson and Hedges. Unless you wanted to go like specific, then you went Cool, because Cool opened on the side. You remember that?
Oh yeah, my uncle was a Cool smoker.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Because then
he
you could do
smoked
that
Cool.
side tap.
Yeah. He was, I got to be honest, if you had money, you smoked Cools, which my uncle didn't.
Right. If you didn't, you smoked Newports.
Bingo.
Yep. Yeah. No, Newports really are the Pepsi of the cigarette world, the menthol
The
game.
GoBots, if you will.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of Newports around my parts.
And I told this story, like when I was 16, I worked in this little gas station booth. It literally, collected money
Right
and
across
sold-
the way from the adult.
Yeah, exactly. It sold cigarettes out of the thing. And so literally I'd just be like, people walk up, like, I'd call their brand. Oh, that's a Benson Hedges guy. And I was about batting about 93%.
And that's impressive too, because when I worked at a convenience store, when I worked at Allsup's, it was always on the order sheet, Benson and Hedges, but I never saw a single pack sold.
Yeah.
Not one time.
Yeah.
Did anybody go Benson and Hedges?
Oh, no. Now, I'm not trying to profile or nothing, but the atypical Benson and Hedges purchaser was a black man in his 50s on average.
Okay.
On average. They all had stories.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is when you were, and this is such a bygone era, but when you were a smoker, you had your brand and you were such a loyalist to that brand.
Oh, yeah. Like Winston guys, they all had that certain cowboy look.
Yep.
And
my dad was a Doral guy.
Marlboros were pretty much either angsty teenagers or white dudes thinking they
Kickers.
Yeah,
it was a big deal for kickers to have your pack of your Marlboro Reds.
Yeah.
And then that went to blacks after a while.
Yeah.
Those came out.
Yeah. So, but I know the, and then like women, and then you get like the white dude in his 70s that talks like his all the time.
He's got the stoma.
He's got the button-up shirt that's buttoned right here. No, he's weirdly skinny, like almost sickly skinny.
Right.
I think
made of leather.
He's always he's got a cigarette going and black coffee. 99, usually one in the other. And those guys are your Lucky Strike or Parliament no filters.
Lucky Strike really had its moment in the 50s.
Yeah.
Like in the 50s and like early 60s, Lucky Strike was like that was the thing. And then again in the 90s because it was right around the time swing music was the thing.
Yeah.
Like when everybody was listening to Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Yeah.
Everybody had their pack of Lucky Strikes.
But it was always the no filter. Or they were the Camel no filter guys, too.
See, I did know a couple of no filters.
And those were to be honest, the only people that smoked Camels that had filters were teenagers that were underage. That's the only people who cared about Camels. No adult people cared about Camels.
It shows
underage kids.
It shows the difference in our generations because no filters were such a poo-pooed on thing, even in the cigarette world. It's like, oh, you just want to kill yourself, don't you?
The guys that did it were they're the gruff dudes. They were just I think they stopped making their own cigarettes a minute ago. You know what I mean? Like they literally had the pouch and the papers.
Bugler.
And
that's Bugler. That's which they have a type 2.
Yeah.
And
I'm talking about actual cigarettes.
No, I'm talking about the guys who it comes with a pouch and the pack of papers and the dudes that sit there and just roll their own for hours. But that's definitely a certain type 2, and that's a prevalent type here in Roswell. But I digress. In the old school MREs that this guy I watch on YouTube opens, when he gets the ones with cigarettes, they're always no filters.
Yeah,
no matter if they're Pall Mall or he's gotten Lucky Strike before, but they're always no filters.
I don't know if filter technology was that good back in World War II. So I think most people smoked non-filter back then. It was just how you smoked.
This one guy who used to come into my store, he swore by filterless because he said it's the filter that gives you all the bad stuff. He's like, this is just giving you pure tobacco.
Well, these are the same people that say seatbelts are dangerous, and there's you're smoking. It's all bad. It's all going to get you whether it's a filter or not.
In fairness, I don't see that guy around much anymore. But also, in fairness, this was Albuquerque, so I shouldn't.
Well, let's just say he's not singing karaoke at the.
Well, maybe he. I see trees of green.
He might be in the wind section.
Yeah.
He's wind kazoo back there.
He's running baritone.
All right, I guess I got to get the hour going before I just step on a landmine, which I'm bound to do soon. Unfortunately, our guest can't make it today. It's under the weather, so we'll get them rescheduled. So we're going to replay our interview we had with Mr. Dr. Powell, Dr. Sean Powell. I give him the 6 titles. Mr. Dr. Senior President Dr. Sean Powell is going to join us from ENMUR. Had a great conversation with him, so we'll play that conversation here in just a bit. Before we do that, though, let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a little low pressure system off to our east, and that might bring us a shower or two today. We'll get some cloud cover, a little bit of sunshine, and we're in the low 70s. Overnight, maybe a few lingering showers. It'll be cloudy and dropping to 50 on the low. Mostly sunny on Tuesday. An afternoon shower could pop up. We'll be in the mid-80s, going up to 90 Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 53 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 57%. Winds currently out of the southeast at 10 miles per hour. There is a chance, 20% chance that we see some more rain today. They're talking pretty much any rain here before 3, chance after 3. So anytime a sneaky little rain could pop up on you. 1 or 2 drops. Be on the lookout. But otherwise, mostly sunny and a high of 75 today with southeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. That 20% chance of isolated sprinkles continues before 9. Then a chance of more sprinkles to showers after 9. So, yeah, more of that tonight. Increasing clouds with an overnight low of 52. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. There is a 20% chance at some afternoon showers for you Tuesday as well. Cloudy to start, then gradually becoming sunny with a high of 86. South winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, sunny and 91, but a breezy. Winds are going to be out of the south, eventually 15 to 20, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour on Wednesday. Thursday, sunny and 87. Friday, sunny and 86. And then weekend's going to be warm, 87 on Sunday, or Saturday, 84 on Sunday. So we'll see. Maybe get some sprinklings here, and then looks like things warm up for the rest of the week. All right, it is 21 minutes after 9. We're going to take a commercial break here. 1, 2, and it's about a 3. I got a lot of commercials right now, so we're going to take that break, and then we'll play our interview with Dr. Powell from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Don't go away.
Artesia General Hospital presents Healthy Living Tips for the Spring Season. Spring is a time of renewal and a great opportunity to refresh your health habits. Start by managing seasonal allergies. Keep windows closed on high pollen days. Wash your hands and clothes after being outdoors, and talk with your provider about the right allergy medications for you. As the weather warms up, get moving. Take a family walk, plant a garden, or enjoy outdoor activities to boost heart health and energy. Spring is also a perfect time for checkups and preventive screenings. Staying ahead of your health helps prevent bigger problems down the road. And don't forget hydration. Warmer days means your body needs more water. Small steps now can lead to a healthier season ahead. These healthy living tips are presented by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
Hey, take me out of my old trade. Take me out of my ride.
Hey Roswell, spring out of your old car, truck, or SUV today and hop into a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle with massive savings during the spring out sales event at Roswell Ford. Are you still making payments on your current vehicle and want out early? Your friends at Roswell Ford need your trade today, so we're willing to overpay even if you owe up to $10,000 more than your trade is worth. We'll do whatever it takes to help you escape so you can upgrade to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit with great rates and terms, even if it's less than perfect. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Interest accrues from date of sale with approved credit, subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Luxurious dreams are yours to nurture. Serta mattresses so plush and grand, the finest quality in all the land. Sink into softness, feel the embrace, where quilted textures caress your face. Dream your dreams pure and deep, your Serta mattress lulls you to sleep. Night after night you'll rest supreme on clouds of wonder you'll love to dream. Come down to Glenn's on Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices on appliances, and they will beat discount tire prices on tires. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. Listen one more time. Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices, and they will beat discount tire prices. Come into the store for all the details.
This is why the Maloney of Roswell Tire and Appliance inviting you to shop local and save.
They'll beat Home Depot prices, and they'll beat discount tire prices. 101 South Main. Call 575-213-1362 or go online at RoswellTireandAppliance.com.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 5,700 current Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success, that's what we're about.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
Studio this morning. Dr. Sean Powell back with us from Dr. Sean Powell back University of Roswell. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Doing great. How about yourself? It's one of these days where it's like you start out with a coat, and by the end of the day, you're kind of in a short sleeve T-shirt and got the coat wrapped around your thing. But yeah, it's kind of that time of year. But other than that, doing good. So how about yourself?
We're doing well. I got a few things coming up here that I want to go over. I've got my phone out here with a list. It's hard to believe I have this much stuff, but
You've got an action-packed.
We've got a few things happening before the end of the year.
Well, I think as spring happens, weather gets nicer, people want to do things,
right?
And I got to be honest, the campus in and of itself is just a nice place to have outdoor activities and things because it's just got a lot of grass. You got a lot of public park-like space out there, a place you can just kind of sit under a tree or something. And so it kind of makes sense if people want to do stuff out there, particularly, stuff out like in the courtyards and the various outdoor places.
Well, I'm going to run down this list if that's okay.
Sure.
So I don't lose the list on
here.
my phone here. Yeah. So on April 22nd, we're going to have a transfer day. And so that will be for anyone who wants to look at going to ENMU or other four-year campuses.
Okay.
And then that same day, it's real exciting. The Media Arts program is putting on a student film showcase in the PAC.
Oh, cool.
And that's going to be at 5:30. So
this
are
is kind of the film students. They've all, I guess, part of an assignment. They all had to create a film.
Yes.
And so they'll be kind of doing a festival showing all their various student films that they created.
And it's been a while since we've done one
Cool.
of these. And so
That sounds like fun.
The 22nd, everyone's invited. And again, it's going to be at the Performing Arts Center at 5:30. The next day on the 23rd, we have a career fair, and I understand this is going to be held outside because of the number of vendors that they have and number of people coming.
So do your wind/rain dances. Make sure either of those stay at bay that day.
Hope everything stays clean on
the spring.
23rd, right? And then May 7th, the Secretary of Higher Education, Stephanie Rodriguez, is going to be here in town.
Okay.
She's going to be doing a couple of things on our campus, and public are invited to come, anyone that wants to. May 7th, we're going to do a ribbon cutting for the renovations that have been going on in the health science building.
Excellent.
And so this is going to add on to the nursing program numbers and how many nurses they can graduate. And then later,
which is kind of vital because, as you all know, it's kind of standing room only. Get into the nursing program, and this will help alleviate some of those demands right there. So this is long time coming for the nursing and medical side of the programs here.
Well, in the nursing program, I can brag about them a little bit. So they had 14 students take the licensing exam. 13 of them passed it on the first try.
Awesome.
And the other one passed it the second time through. So, 14 out of 14 came out of the program.
So not only are they, putting out a lot of candidates, but a lot of great candidates that I can tell you're going to hit the ground running in this town where I'm sure they can write their own ticket once they complete the program because they are that in demand around here. So.
Well, and next month, 32 of them are scheduled to graduate.
Awesome.
So just great things happening on campus from the health science side.
I know. When they walk the stage, this is a dumb question, but when they walk the stage, I mean, obviously they wear the school colors and cap and gown, but they're nurses. Should they have a white cap and gown? I don't know. What's the rule on that?
So great question. And they have their own pinning ceremony.
Okay, very good. They don't do the part of the mass graduation here.
Yeah, they do the mass graduation.
But their nursing part, yeah. Gotcha.
But then they have many of our health science programs have their own pinning ceremonies.
Okay.
So EMS has a pinning ceremony. Our OTA program, Occupational Therapy Assistance Program, has a pinning ceremony. The nurses have a pinning ceremony.
Okay.
And so that's more dedicated to the nursing students.
That's where they turn them upside
program.
down. I'm just kidding. Hey, what happens in the program, we stays in the... No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, we're in the military.
Sure,
you know about things about...
I understand. So anyway, May 7th, that May 7th date's going to be great for us. Again, Secretary Rodriguez is going to be here. And as far as her involvement with this project, she was involved. She came down and looked at it. We had some initial drawings. And this is a state-funded project. So we really appreciate all the help of all the taxpayers in the state. And this was about a $2.5 million project. Local construction company was the contractor for it. And so May 7th, we're going to do the ribbon cutting.
Excellent.
The chamber redcoats will be there.
Excellent.
So it's going to be a nice event.
What's kind of the timetable they expect it to be completed?
The
actual updates and things.
Well, they're they're going to be done in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And
Okay.
then we'll do
So it's that quick. Okay.
And then we'll do the ribbon cutting May 7th.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, we're less than a month out.
Very good. Good.
Less than a month
Okay.
out.
I was thinking groundbreaking for some reason.
No,
not
this
ribbon
is
cutting.
this is ribbon cutting.
Okay.
So
Very good. We're at the end, not the beginning.
We're at the end.
So.
Yeah. And then also Secretary Rodriguez will talk at our adult education graduation.
Okay.
And that's one of our really strong programs here, and it meets a lot of needs in the community. And if someone has been out of school, didn't finish high school, I really encourage you to contact our adult education office, because I think it's a great chance for someone to get those credentials and be able to move forward. And everyone knows that the difference between high school graduation and not having that credential in terms of lifelong employment
absolutely
is a big difference.
It's one of these things, when we grew up, they kind of was always, without the diploma, you can't get a job. Even the thing is, not even fast food places will hire you if you can't have your high school diploma, at least, and types of things. And now we live in a world where, sure, if you're an entrepreneurial and internet and you got some knowledge, okay, but sure, you can be very financially without that high school diploma or equivalency or a college degree. Sure, you can make that argument. However, you are again. This is kind of getting into, if your dream is what you're going to do when you grow up. I'm going to play in the NFL. Awesome, great dream, great goal. Realize 1 out of every 1,000 people get that chance to do that. What you're betting on is kind of getting into that territory a little bit here, and this is, and I don't, even in today's age, without that high school diploma, you can't, you won't even, they won't even look at your application, let alone, peel back the next layer of onions to get to know you or something like that, unless you've at least got that high school equivalency. The only exception to that rule is if you're currently in high school and it's a part-time job. I mean, it's just people, and this is what, for folks that don't know, and if I'm wrong on this, is one of the things that they say about this is if someone's trying to hire you, it's not even so much about the knowledge. It's like they don't care how, unless the job's relevant to this, but they're like, I don't know how far in algebra they got. That's not the important thing here. The important thing is that you completed something, that if you were given a job and start to finish, you completed that thing. And so by you at least having that high school diploma, that shows that says this person is willing to, commit to a goal and achieve that goal. And so that's part of what, even just having that high school equivalency or diploma or that college degree, it's showing that ID, proof of capability kind of thing, that I am a capable person, that if you give me a job, I can do it from start to finish. That's one of the things they're looking for. And so that's why almost not so much, I'm not saying what you do in school is not important. Like, if you're going to be an engineer, that you need to pursue classes that steer in that thing. Don't be starting in art history and then roll up and say I'm an engineer because I got a college degree. But right. That being said, that's that. And am I wrong on that, or anything I'm saying on that's off base? Please
I appreciate your comments, and I think again our adult education staff does a great job working with all individuals.
Sure.
They work with the cadets in Youth Challenge. They provide all the educational programming for them to be able to meet that high school equivalency requirement. Right. And then I think it's around 1,000 people that they serve every year.
That's awesome.
And so it's just an opportunity for individuals to get to that accomplishment. And they have a wide range of ages. I don't know currently right now what those ranges are, but I've seen 50, 60-year-olds get out there and go through the graduation ceremony because it's been a lifelong goal for them and they want to do it. But the sooner, and to the point that you're making, the sooner you can get that done. We know that life pops up and things happen and things get delayed, but
if the more opportunities,
if folks want to work on that adult education program, get the high school equivalency, I would strongly encourage them to do it.
And depending on the companies too, sometimes it's maybe we already got a job. Well, now that you have a high school equivalency, your pay just went up $3 an hour or whatever that is, because now you have, and so that there's financial reasons to do this too, not just the personal growth. And like you were mentioning earlier too, I know there's a lot of stories of
I think there was one who went and got back, not this per se, but got their degree through Eastern a couple years ago, and was literally a man, I think, in his 70s, and he did it to prove a point to his grandkid.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And we've got a couple of others like that.
Yeah.
I think our oldest student in the academic side is 78, and he's finishing a degree in math.
Yeah.
So
love it.
It's just one of those opportunities that are out there.
Absolutely.
So that's May 7th.
Okay.
So again, ribbon cutting for the health science renovation, the nursing program, and the adult education graduation. Secretary Rodriguez, the higher ed secretary,
It'll be a busy day, May 7th.
She'll be at both those events.
Very good.
And then we'll have spring graduation the next day, May 8th, at the Wool Bowl.
Okay.
So there won't be any seat restrictions this time.
But it is a potential an outdoor event, and you all know, like I know that weekend, graduation weekend, because it's kind of and I don't know if it's the same weekend as the high school or if it's around theirs, but that weekend when Roswell High and the university, they all kind of do. There's always that threat, and it's like, and it'll get dark at this time of day, but usually it works out. But just saying, now that you're at the Wool Bowl doing this, welcome to the family. That weekend, it's going to be a lot of weather. A lot of meteorologists out there are going to be that weekend.
And I think we're 2 or 3 weeks prior to the school districts because they're going to do that Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, they kind of book up the weekend with events at that weekend. So, but absolutely. I'm just saying, welcome. Now you got a new wave of meteorologists that weekend.
Sure. And we're excited to do that.
Sure.
And we have a large number of students graduating, so we're happy about hosting this. And again, there won't be any limits on the number of people.
That'll be the fun part.
Bring.
You can bring everybody in and pack the Wool Bowl here and so it'll be fun. But I know the thing. It's gonna be that time of year. So good deal.
June 1st, summer classes start.
Okay.
And like you and I talk about, registration is open right now for the summer and fall.
Yeah.
And the sooner you sign up, the more opportunities you'll have to get into the classes that fit your schedule and that you want.
The early bird gets the worm on this. And especially if you're signing up for fall right now, you probably got, if you've got narrow windowed classes or classes that, it's kind of there's limited number of those and certain days and limited spaces, so you can get locked into those now. And now summer, you're right in the heart of sign up for summer. So please note, the summer semester is a slightly smaller semester as far as course workload. There's not as many offerings during the summer as the fall and spring semesters. So, but if you want to getting a jump on, like if you're just starting, or if you're trying to, I want to finish up a semester too early, or whatever your game plan is, or no, I'm trying to knock out a degree in a year and I got to load up my summer too. Whatever your goals are, Eastern can help you navigate to that. But please, it's not too early yet. If you want to sign up for fall classes, you can go online right now, or if you haven't registered, you can go come down to the campus, register right now, and start with a summer class if you want, and then maybe dip a toe this summer and then do full-on dive in the fall if you want. If you're maybe if it's been a minute since you've been to school or something, and say, I'll take one class during the summer and then I'll kind of do more of a full workload in the fall kind of thing. But be a great time to do that. So.
And then June 1st to July 10th, this is an opportunity for 8th graders who are here in Roswell and also Dexter, Hagerman, Lake Arthur. The Youth Challenge program has been running summer programming for 8th graders the last couple of years in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And so they're bringing it to this part of the state, to the southeastern part of the state, and we'll be hosting that on our campus. And so if students or families are interested in having their 8th graders get involved with this, or the 8th graders are interested, contact the school counselors and they can give you more information.
Excellent.
But this is a project of the National Guard in New Mexico, wants to provide more opportunities.
Great.
And so these are day programs. It's not residential, but it's a day program, Monday through Friday, and it'll go for about 6 weeks there. And it'll be an opportunity to learn additional math and science skills and other things.
They'll work on curriculum and stuff too. And I imagine too, just knowing how the Guard works and things work, the team building is very important and all that. So So if you want to get your 8th grader kind of exposed to more people, more opportunities, this sounds like a great way to kind of get it in. And certainly, if you have an 8th grader that is interested in, military paths or something, there's a lot of people they can brains to pick for that event. So, but there's not, by all means, there's nothing to do with that. Like if you have no military, if you're just working on the math and science, please come down for that. But if you do have aspirations for military, or your child does, this might be a great feeler for them a little bit too.
Sure. And they'll have other activities that the youth can get involved with. As you said, there'll be some military structure to it, but no expectations or requirements that someone enlists or joins. It's just an opportunity that the Youth Challenge program is putting out for these 8th graders, including some activities where they're going to travel, go to different parts of this part of the state and visit.
It's kind of a chance to challenge your child a little bit and give them a chance to, expose some hidden talents. We'll say that.
And then June 12th to the 14th, we're hosting about 50 students from across the state, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission is doing a youth summer program for that weekend. They're going to do it on our campus. And what we're hoping is to be able to video some of those youth and talk about what MLK means to them, and hopefully we'll be able to get those videos done, and then we'll show those on June 19th. Campus will be closed on Juneteenth. But June 19th, we will hopefully be able to share those videos that the students made.
Perfect.
I told you there's a lot. Then, we have,
take the big.
Yeah.
All right.
we have Kids College, July 6th to the 10th. That's going on again.
Yeah,
because
it's summer camp season right after this, and the college hosts multiple opportunities for youth of various age levels. Young to teen and in between. So
we have the Kids College, July 6th to 10th. Chris Bullard would be the best point of contact at the campus for that. And then also Black Rocket Camp is going to go the 13th of July to the 23rd. So there's a couple of different iterations of that.
And I think the Kids College, that's the one they do the Roblox and all that, or is that the Black Rocket? I mixed them up.
Yeah, that's Black Rocket.
But it's kind of STEAM related stuff, and I think they do some video. And so if you've got kids into creative content creating and things, I think they'd work with a lot of that kind of stuff too. So if you got kids that love to do that tech content, that kind of stuff, these camps are right in their wheelhouse. Yeah. So good deal.
So appreciate the chance to share all that. And again,
did we get through?
If folks are interested, I got through with the list. If individuals are interested in registering, looking at summer or fall classes, again, I encourage you to get on our website, roswell.enmu.edu, as soon as you can, and get with one of our advisors so they can figure out what the next steps are for you.
Sure. Just curious, it's been a minute, but I know, and I don't know, I think we may have passed some of the window, but isn't this kind of that window when they got to get like their FAFSA type of information if you're wanting financial aid? Isn't this that kind of, or did we miss those windows? Was that March, or is that in that now?
It's still happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in, especially for the fall, I don't know if you can qualify for summer this year, but probably maybe fall. Getting those ducks lined up right now. If you haven't done that, and I don't care what your financial status is. If you're a student at EMUR, you should dip a toe in the financial aid and see what's available to you out there. But I know the FAFSA form, which is kind of your gateway to the scholarships, I know you got to get that done first. And if you have any questions about any of that stuff, don't hesitate to hit the financial aid officer, admission office, and they'll be happy to kind of navigate you through that stuff and get you through there. But please, the moment, especially if you're signed up as a student, as soon as you're done with admissions and you're picking classes and all that, then march your butt right into the financial aid office and say, hey, where can I find some turn over some rocks and find me some money to pay for this. That's what they love doing. That's what they do. So let them, but the FAFSA form's a ticket to paradise. If you don't have that done, they can't do much for you.
Right. That's a first step, and that really helps. Once you get that done, then you can move forward a little easier than if you don't have it done.
Absolutely.
I'll just put it that way.
Definitely, too. And then, of course, too, don't forget, I mean, most people know all this, too, and I know, like, you got coming up here with the transfer event here, if students want to learn about transferring to different universities and things. But good news is, if you're transferring to another state university, you're pretty much golden. Everything is going to transfer seamlessly to this. So if you're going to UNM or NMSU or New Mexico Tech or certainly Portales,
right?
Everything's going to just slip. Now, once you cross borders into Colorado or Texas, then it might, like if you're going to Tech or somewhere up north, then it might get
things change a little bit.
And so this workshop will probably brighten your wheelhouse, but certainly go anyway, whether if you're going. But know that if you're going to another New Mexico accredited college, it's pretty much exact transfer 1-for-1, and you're not missing a beat wherever you're going. So,
and that's one of the things the state of New Mexico has done with the common course numbering, where the courses that people take, especially general education courses, they're going to transfer to the other institutions in the state. And I also just want to say that there's opportunity scholarship and lottery scholarship funding that's available.
Absolutely.
And so the sooner you apply, the sooner you talk with financial aid and get a better idea of what's the path forward.
You're setting yourself up for better opportunities.
You'll have more options.
It's kind of like fishing. You got to go early and get the hooks in early, because then you got more time, getting hooks in the water. It's no different. You got to get your hooks in early to get the Dr. Powell, is there anything we missed? Or
I can't think of anything.
Excellent.
Right.
Of course, roswell.enmu.edu is the website. You can go there anytime. Like we said, you can start registering right now for the summer and fall semesters. If you have not registered for the college, and then you can at least start the process online, but you're going to come down to the campus and talk with some counselors and things and get just to find out exactly and get you set up, whether you're pursuing a degree plan or if you're this, I'm retired, I want to pick an enrichment class or anything in between there. The advisor is going to help you navigate through all that stuff. So.
Well, again, thanks for the time today. And like you said, the weather, we're not sure how it's going to go, but we'll hopefully get through the weekend. It'll be a little cooler.
Exactly. But put some rocks in your pocket today, I can tell you that. So. Thank you, Dr. Powell, and we'll see you here next time. And anything else we can do, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Things are heating up again between the U.S. and Iran ahead of another round of talks this week scheduled in Pakistan. There are doubts the talks will actually take place, though, especially given the U.S. seizure of an Iranian cargo ship that the U.S. says was trying to breach the blockade of Iran's ports. Another suspected drug-running boat has been blown to bits by the U.S. military in the Caribbean Sea. This time, 3 people were killed. Powerful storms have delivered a heavy blow to the nation's midsection in recent days, flooding rains, damaging hail, and fierce winds, even some tornadoes reported. Damage assessment going on in northern Japan following a powerful earthquake that struck off the coast. On Wall Street, the Dow down 24 points, while the Nasdaq is off 102 points, the S&P down 13. More details, srnnews.com.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Trump doctrine has never been isolationism. The Trump doctrine, if it was isolationism, we wouldn't have taken out the ISIS caliphate, Soleimani, Baghdadi, dropped the mother of all bombs on Afghanistan, and we wouldn't have dropped 14 bunker buster bombs on their nuclear sites. President Trump is relying on 3 specific historic lessons here. Peace through strength, A, which he built out our military in the first term. If he didn't, Biden didn't do anything to expand it or help it. Very important. Otherwise, we would not be as advanced militarily as we are today. You're watching the next generation of weaponry in real time unfold before your eyes, and there's going to be numerous improvements on this at a pace that we've never seen in the history of mankind, and we better stay ahead of the curve on it.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Hey, you've been hearing me talk all about the Sig Sauer P365, the #1 selling concealed carry pistol in America, the one I carry every single day. Now, whether you live in a state that requires a permit or somewhere that loves freedom and allows for permitless carry, like where I live in the free state of Florida, more people are taking their safety and that of their family into their own hands. You want something for self-defense? Now, Sig Sauer, all proudly made right here in America, the choice of the U.S. military, our NATO partners, and elite units around the world, and my personal choice, the one I carry every single day, the most popular, best-selling concealed carry pistol on the market. And I can tell you firsthand, the P365, it's comfortable, very easy to shoot, an amazing firearm. We are a Sig Sauer family right here on the Sean Hannity Show. The P365, try it at your local range today, buy American-made. Go to sigsauer.com/Hannity. You'll get a discount and a list of dealers where you live.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Some district victories for both Goddard and Roswell on Friday in baseball. Goddard sweeps Lovington on the road to the first game 25-4. Ariel Aguiar with 2 home runs in that game, and then Aguiar had another dinger in the second game, a 12-0 victory for the Rockets. In that game, Jaden Fuentes for Goddard, 2 home runs. Goddard will play at Portales on Thursday at 5 and then host the Rams, a doubleheader on Friday. Meanwhile, Roswell picks up a big victory. District win at Hobbs on Friday. It was a wild one, 13-11. They broke an 11-11 tie in the 7th with 2 runs. Roswell plays at home against Carlsbad tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a little low pressure system off to our east, and that might bring us a shower or two today. We'll get some cloud cover, a little bit of sunshine, and we're in the low 70s. Overnight, maybe a few lingering showers. It'll be cloudy and dropping to 50 on the low. Mostly sunny on Tuesday. An afternoon shower could pop up. We'll be in the mid-80s, going up to 90 Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. The renewed standoff between the U.S. and Iran over the Strait of Hormuz sends oil prices higher while Wall Street stocks tumble. A fragile 2-week ceasefire set to expire Wednesday, while escalating tension in the strait is fueling pessimism over new talks to end the war. Since the war began, market sentiment has swung wildly. A strong start to the earnings reporting season for big companies did help to prop up stocks. In today's early going, shares of building insulation maker and distributor TopBuild jumped nearly 19%. On news, it's being acquired by building materials company QXO for $17 billion, according to media reports. QXO shares dipped more than 4%. Airline stocks are tumbled again, as they tend to do when oil prices jump. American and Delta both fell 2.6%. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
92.9 The Brand and the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network is set to provide bumper-to-bumper coverage of the first round of the 2026 NFL Draft. Pre-draft talk-up begins at 6 p.m., including the latest trade news and projections.
With the 12th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama.
92.9 The Brand will feature secret audio of Jerry Jones' first phone conversation with the Cowboys' first-round draft picks and the first radio interviews. The 2026 Dallas Cowboys NFL Draft, Thursday, April 23rd from 5 to 10 p.m. Feeling underwater? Van Man and the J Squad at Roswell Nissan are ready to pull you out of the sea of fees and into your next new or pre-owned vehicle. With rates as low as 1.9% and payments as low as $199 a month, plus as little as $1 down on a brand new vehicle. And we're talking rock bottom, under the sea prices. And 100% credit approval is the goal. Drive in now and get more for your trade than anywhere else. The Underwater Trade Payoff Event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd. Free up your countertop with the versatility of a KitchenAid multifunction over-the-range microwave oven from Bush Appliance in Roswell. Designed for flush installation with a standard 12 3/4 inch cutout, this space-saving appliance combines an air fryer, toaster oven, convection oven, microwave, and ventilation hood. Shop now at Bush Appliance and conquer countertop clutter. Who you going to call? Bush Appliance in Roswell. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road or call 575-622-6390.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-511-5493. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-511-5493. That's 800-511-5493. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9:58. Got about a minute or two here before they kick me off the radio. If you missed any part of our show, I always invite you to check it out at your leisure. Log on to ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and you'll find all of our interviews there. Shortly after the show, we'll go ahead and separate today's interviews from the main feed and have them available to watch by themselves. We did replay our interview with Bill Williams, and he was with us on Friday, just giving us an update on the last commission meeting and all that. So that's available there right now. We had Don Well join us from the Alzheimer's Association at 8 o'clock hour, talking about their annual walk event, which will be happening in November, but now's the time they're putting teams together and all that stuff. And unfortunately, my guest couldn't make it in here in the 8 o'clock hour or 9 o'clock hour, so we replayed our interview with Dr. Sean Powell from Eastern New Mexico University, talking about they got all kinds of, with the summer camps and everything else going on, they got a bevy of things happening over the summer and the next couple of weeks here, so definitely want to go to their website and check that out there, roswell.enmu.edu. Let's see. Something else I was going to mention real quick. I'm kind of running out of time, but we'll get to it here. I do want to invite folks out to the Roswell Public Library this Saturday. It's their big carnival day. They're going to have a lot of fun from 10 a.m. to noon. They're going to have, for the kids, games and face painting, prizes, nachos, a craft. All the kids are going to give away a book to all the kids as well. The event is sponsored by the Friends of the Roswell Public Library and the Roswell Public Library. So big thank you to them. But that is happening at the library this Saturday, 10 a.m. till noon. Come and go event. But if you want to take advantage of all the stuff, probably want to get there a little closer to 10. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for